Hi there, my name is Phixfox and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 2. This is going to be a playthrough of the large map Decisions. This is going to be a 4-player map, and this is something I'm very excited for because, folks, it's been way too long since I've gotten the opportunity to sit down with y'all and play some really fun games. So with that being said, I'm thrilled to have everybody here. Very nice to see all of y'all. Tobal, Epicaliciousness, Decent, thank you all so much for being here. And thank you to everybody that will come later, and thank you to everybody that will catch this on YouTube. With that being said, let's dive into the stats of what we're going to be doing here today. So, this is going to be Decisions, a 4-player map, large. This does come from the Price of Loyalty, and this is denoted as being an expert difficulty map. With the total deathmatch sort of scenario here, it indicates that your town is undefended and your heroes are scattered. Do you attack? Or do you defend? I've seen this map in the past. It's been a long time since I've played this map, so I don't have any secret underground strategies for how I can make this go my way. My hope is that we're going to do the very best we can to make sure that we have a nice playthrough here today. We will see. We do have a couple of decisions to make as I put this on impossible difficulty. We can be either the blue, green, red, or yellow player. As always, I just like to let the dice roll decide what we're going to do. Let's just say it's 1 through 3 is going to be either blue or green. A 4 through 6 is going to be either red or yellow. Someday I'll get a 6-sided dice or a 4-sided dice. But for now, we're going to roll a 2. And then after that, it's going to be a 3. I think to me that indicates that we're going to play here in the blue position. And then we have the choice between either being the knights, barbarians, sorceresses, warlocks, wizards, or necromancers. Let's let the dice roll decide one more time, 1 through 6. It's going to be a 5. I do believe that that's going to be the necromancers for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's the wizards. Even better. I guess necromancers are actually the 6th position, aren't they? Yeah, they are. So it is going to be the wizards that we play through here in the blue position. And with that being said, folks, let's just dive right in. Rise to Ruin, nice to see you there. Hey Fix, chat, hope everyone is well and good. Wow, I could catch the stream start. How fortunate. Hi everyone. Thank you, Tobal. Very nice to have you. The stream must be white. Work let us off early is what Mr. Epicaliciousness says. Thrilling. I'm happy to hear that on a Friday that you get off work just a little bit early, and I'm glad that I could be a part of your Friday. We do start off with one town here of Karokston. It looks like this is completely unupgraded, and that is a problem for us. We do have the halflings available in their little hobbit hole there, but with 0 wood, 0 resources, 0 gold, it's going to be a long time until we can upgrade this castle. Other factions are going to be able to upgrade their castles much more quickly. Of course, we're going to struggle. The computer plays with a little bit different rules than I do when we are here on impossible difficulty. We do have 3 heroes though. Looks like here in the bottom right corner, we start off with Myra the hero. Nothing special about her. Stoneskin, I'm sure, is in the spell book. We also then do have in the, call it the bottom left corner, more or less, we do have Dawn the wizard. She's got a couple more troops than Myra has, and that feels pretty good. And then our last hero is Halon. Oh my goodness. The problem I'm seeing with this is this, folks. I don't know, but I'm guessing that everyone starts off with the same amount and type of heroes. I'm guessing that since we could have played in either of the 4 positions, any of the 4 positions, I'm guessing that our enemies have a similar start to what we have. And so maybe the very best thing for us is to just collect what we can, avoid fighting, pick up free troops wherever possible, and go from there. That's my plan. So with that being said, let's pick up ore. It's never going to be not useful. That's 7 ore. It's going to be 14 ore plus an extra 2 ore per day. And we're going to pick up these halflings. I'm going to try and travel by road because the wizards are so slow anyway. As much as I can explore, I think that will be useful for us, but I will go off the beaten path just to pick up some freebies. Here at the campfire, we are ransacking an enemy camp. We discover a hidden cache of treasures. That's going to be 600 gold and 6 wood. Thrilling. And then the gold. I see this treehouse right here. I have to take this treehouse. As much as I want to explore, right now free troops are really good, and especially since Dawn already has a couple of forces, if I run into an enemy hero, maybe they don't have any other forces, and maybe the sprites are the reason that I walk away and they die. Where to go here, I'm not too sure. Let's just pick up the sulfur we see. This is the hero for Halon is closest to my main town of Karokston. Since we have no resources on impossible difficulty, it might have been better to have actually picked barbarians. It might have been better to pick knights, but the dice roll tells us what to do. And so we're just going to do the very best we can with the start that we have and just see how well this works out. A group of halflings with a desire for greater glory wish to join you. Do you accept? I sure do. That puts us up to 39 of the halflings. That's definitely not enough to take on some mummies, but maybe we can take on things like zombies, peasants, things like that. And I do see in the bottom right corner here, Brindamore. This looks to be a knight castle, and I'm thrilled for that. Hello, whoever that was. Let me just pull that up real quick. I never keep all my little bubbles open. Let's just see here. This was the Kaiser. Kaiser's followed you. Hello, thank you for the follow. Appreciate having you here. Welcome, welcome. And so having an extra town, that's going to be valuable either to build up or to just bring in some additional gold. Whatever the case is, I'm happy to get the opportunity to maybe take this town. We will see if we can get some additional insight. If there are pikemen there, we lose. If there's a lot of archers, we might lose. If there's just a few archers and a couple of peasants, we might try and take that town. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. I want my heroes to be fast. Part of me wants to drop my halflings off here, so that way I'm just using the 6-speed boars to get around. It's going to take me a little bit out of my way, but I do see a sawmill that's right here. It's right here. I think I'm gonna shoot for the sawmill now, and I feel great about that decision because all of a sudden I see an observation tower. That's gonna make up for any of the scouting that I would have done with those boars. That is gonna make sure that things are super nice and super great. So sawmill, wood, and the observation tower, that was an excellent decision, very fortuitous. We're happy for it as we do pick up the sprites at the treehouse. A group of sprites with a desire for greater glory wish to join you. Do you accept? I sure do. And all of a sudden, as we mentioned, this army is looking pretty okay. I'm gonna do my split like this, just in case we run into some enemies. Chris, hi, Real Phixfox. Hope you're well. Long time no see. How's the PC now? Cooler. I do have, as Chris is alluding to, we did have some issues on stream a couple of times, and I'm very, very happy to have a little cooling pad for my laptop. Feels like things are going to be better now. I've also closed some of the extra background things running on my computer. My hope is that things are going to be much better. Shrine of the Third Circle. We come across a lavish shrine attended to by a group of high priests, and in exchange for your protection, they agree to teach you a sophisticated spell, View Heroes. Of course, if we weren't the wizards, I mean, we would have, if we were knights or barbarians, we would not have gotten to pick up that spell, but because we've got the wisdom, we are going to use that spell immediately and just take a look at what we have. The Kaiser. Here's My Magic 2 is actually the first one I played, but I haven't played or seen it in several years. It's going to be fun to watch. Thank you so much. I think you're going to find that I generally take a little bit of a storytelling approach to my gameplay. I do like the tactics. The tactics and the strategy in the Heroes of Might and Magic series is so good, right? It's a great game to play if you're into strategy and tactics. But I really, truly love the story elements. And so I like to read all the little text bubbles I can see. I like to focus on whatever, story elements we can come across. And so hopefully you're a bit of a storyteller too, because that is the way that I like to enjoy Heroes of Might and Magic. It's really a lovely thing. Okay, let's just focus on the immediate threats here with this View Heroes. I do see some enemy heroes to the north here from this bottom right position. I see one enemy hero here right along the main road where we are at pretty much. That is going to be a little scary. I think we have some troops on this hero, but not a whole lot. And then this observation tower. We may be on a head-on collision with this yellow player. We're going to find out very, very quickly who's tougher. But in general, it looks like the enemies are kind of going more to the center of the map. But because there's roads that lead you to things in the corners, I'm wondering if it's not in our best interests to give up the center, let other enemies fight for the center, and maybe we try and strike our fortune in the corners of the map. That's my hope. On a large map, there should be plenty of room to run, and yet, you never quite know. So that's my general strategy. And there is that hero, that yellow Necromancer hero. I do not want to lose Dawn the Wizard, simply because she now has that View Hero spell. We're going to be using that an awful lot, pretty much every turn at least once. And so even though I am happy with these sprites, and I think maybe we can take this fight, I'm not going to risk it. We're going to head north. If they want to pursue me, they sure can. And again, since we're so far away from upgrading the town into the castle, I think that there's no purchases to make for quite some time. If we find some gold, we're going to take it. We do see the green barbarian. I ran into him a little bit more than I meant to. Charity's way tougher than Halon, I think. Charity, assuming that she has no additional spells, is going to start off with the haste. If she only has these base level skeletons and zombies, I actually might be okay with Halon just because of the ranged damage from the 7 halflings. Maybe not. 7 halflings is not that many, and several skeletons is several skeletons. Tell you what, let's pick up the freebies now. If they want to attack us, I will hope that they won't find us easy prey. I feel like this observation tower is critically important, and for that, we've already been rewarded for our diligence in picking up this observation tower. A gold mine. There are going to be ultimate artifacts on this map, at least one there. We do see Falagar in this desert cracked earth area to the south. Gems, gold, sulfur, lots of sulfur. 2 sulfur mines right next to each other. Very interesting. And then mercury to the top. 1, 2, 3 sulfur mines. If there is a warlock on this map, which there just might be, then they are really loving life with their potential for getting dragons. So I think that Halon's, he's out of movement points. So long as we don't lose Croxton, I'm not going to call this a terrible loss, just to make sure nothing bad happens. We're at least going to mount some sort of defense and go from there. Do I want this split? I see Tobold saying split the boars. I think that's a good idea. The reason for the single stacks is always just so you can split up who takes the retaliations where. That's a good idea there. And if we can get in the way of some skeletons who want to otherwise damage my halflings, that's also going to be useful. So let's do that. Let's keep 2 stacks off, but keep the 1 big stack on so we can stone skin them. And then, yeah, I've been watching your Heroes 3 campaigns already and hanging out in your Discord. Yeah, I noticed that you were in the Discord, so I appreciate that very, very much. I appreciate all the people that are spending time in the Discord. Recently, we had a great discussion on everything from pets to recipes to everything. And I am a big fan of just having the opportunity to hang out with anybody. Anything that matters to you, I'm a big fan. I think that a lot of us appreciate good games, and I think we all appreciate having a real nice time. 39 halflings against this town. I would love to have a Thieves Guild just so I knew what I was up against. I don't think in good faith I can take this fight. If I was playing with reloads, I might, but because I don't use reloads, I think that we are obligated to head north and do a little bit of exploring in these upper regions. Before I do anything else, let's do Cast the View Heroes one more time. Yeah, we can go to the north. These yellow and green heroes did not fight. This yellow hero went south, the Necromancer there, and then of course we saw the yellow's hero there. If we can actually cause yellow some grief, that could be useful. Red has 1, 2 heroes on the map. Did red already lose a hero? Nope, there's their third. 1, 2, and 3. Green has 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so nobody has fought anybody yet. Let's keep it just that way for now. They stole my sulfur. You dirty dog. This watchtower, and these ruins for that matter, are actually a big deal. I should have done that. I think I've made a pretty critical error. I don't care about the sulfur mine nearly so much as I care about getting to this watchtower. I'm not going to make it all the way, but maybe if the enemy takes the sulfur mine and then takes the sulfur, I don't think that they're going to be smart enough to prioritize troops over just free resources. And since I can't reach the watchtower now, I am going to pick up the campfire because those resources could be really valuable. And if I'm standing right here, I think that you can't go like up and like you could go up and around. I don't think you could go this way. Yeah, this is going to be some very slim margins, and if I'd been a little bit more on the ball, I think heading west was definitely the right decision. I think I might have ignored some other opportunities just to make that happen. Anyway, Chris is saying, okay, I'll be right back. Going to take a shower, settle down for an evening to watch your entertaining Heroes Might and Magic 2 stream. Tell you what, the great thing about Heroes Might and Magic is that, to me, it's very entertaining as we take the curse from the Shrine of the First Circle. And really, to me, it comes down to the value in the game. The game is just so interesting on its own. I am just happy to be here because it, at times, plays itself. I say that, and then I think we've all had those games where no matter what we do, we feel like we just can't win. So, knowing that we have this issue here, 1 and 2, there's free troops on the map. Dawn, unless there's free troops right in here, she might be making a mistake. We might be giving Zam the opportunity to pick up free troops in their area. And if they pick up free troops and we don't, it's a little bit of a problem. I think we're going to head north just to stay away from him. Maybe we find troops up to the north. Probably not in the desert. We'll see, though. And then Myra. Once again, View Heroes. Yeah, just kind of in this area. I think we're going to go to the left instead of up to the north. with Myra. We do see wood, we see a sawmill, gems. Early gem mine, of course, always good for the wizards. It's going to take 20 gems for us to get the Cloud Castle. We will see, I do not know, but we will see if we end up getting to the Cloud Castle. It may be on this kind of a map that it's actually the wrong decision. It might be that going with the wizards is going to be too slow of a build-up, while other factions get their troops sooner. Timing attacks really, really matter. In the economy of Heroes Might and Magic 2, I understand when people say, well, barbarians are just not that good. But they have a very important place in the ecosystem of Heroes of Might and Magic 2. A group of orcs with a desire for greater glory wish to join you. Do you accept? I sure do. And what I mean by that is this, is that these troops, these factions that are maybe early game powerhouses, if you don't have them on the map, sure, then it's a matter of whoever can get to the late game first. But if you have some knights or some barbarians breathing down your neck, that might be a problem. I wonder if in the info section, it'll tell us. So these were all random, but if I check this scenario description at this point in the game, it will let us know that we do have barbarians, warlocks, and necromancers. Interesting. Green is actually probably the scariest hero to me right now. And the problem is that even with view heroes, I don't know where they're at. I can't verify where they are at. So I can't just focus in on their castle and try to take them out now. This is going to be a little bit interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Wizards definitely would not have been my first choice here. I'm going to just go up here and see. Am I going to have enough movement points? 450 to go here and then go to here? I don't think so, and I don't think I want to risk it. I think that with these 8 additional orcs, I do want to take this fight. I could lose this fight. I think that my ranged damage will prevail. Let's fight this fight. Glorious victory, 1 halfling goes down. Let's just fight this just to see if it goes any better. Wait, did the enemy run? I think I just won that fight straight up, didn't I? Given that I won the fight straight up, I probably should not have actually fought this fight again. These things do happen. It looks like it's going to be a total of 9 skeletons and 4 of the zombies are going to get us haste here on the skeletons next turn. Let's take out some skeletons right now there. And zombies as well. One of the main differences between Heroes of Might and Magic 2 versus 3 is that troops damage, ranged troops in particular, it does not fall off if enemies are too far away. And you can tell me if you like that or not. I tend to feel like that's actually really pretty good. I don't mind the differences from game to game. Some people will say, well, clearly Heroes 3 is better than Heroes 2 because of this mechanic. For example, people really like the weight mechanic, unless you don't. Some people like native terrain as a mechanic, and some people don't. But the point I'm trying to make is that whether I'm playing 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, the differences actually are pretty fun to me because I enjoy that there are differences from game to game. We upgraded. We lost a halfling the first time and now a boar. Whoops, my bad. But we've made sure that we're not going to have any issues. We're going to sit here. We're not going to purchase the Medusas now. We're going to wait and see because I'm wondering if we're going to find some gold somewhere else. If we do find some gold somewhere else, maybe we can actually get this town finally upgraded into a castle. Even just getting the gold from a little to a lot could be useful because right now we're getting 250 gold per day. I could really use an extra 750 gold per day, as could I use an alchemist lab, crystal mine, and a gem mine. The gem mine we do have our sights set on down here, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Okay, so some heroes in the boat. Where are they? Here. So yellow is massing their forces. I talked about free troops. If you can just consolidate your forces, that could be just as good. And I think that yellow's probably upset at me because I might have just killed one of their 3 heroes. Whoops. So Dawn better run as fast as she can. We might as well trudge through the desert, or excuse me, the volcanic lands. And then we did see some pressure over here. Who that hero is, I'm not sure. 3,800 gold. 3,800 gold. I don't think that Halon can... Well, he might be able to reach. Because Halon might be able to reach, I'm going to spend the gold here. We have found some Medusas living in the ruins. They are willing to join your army for a price. Do you want to recruit the Medusas? I do. I do just need to make a little bit of an adjustment there. And by the way, the issue with this is this. We now have troops of 3 alignments, 1, 2, and 3. Our morale is going to be poor, but I don't think that you can ignore the value of the Medusa, especially if this is not a crazy tough army. I'm operating off some really nice troops. They've got a couple of nobodies. That feels just fine for me. I am going to split my ranged creatures at this time, so we're going to have multiple opportunities to still do damage from afar, even if we get bad morale, and unfortunately it might just be that. Once again, let's fight this fight. The terrain is a little bit nifty here. I wonder if I move the boars right here, if all the goblins are going to go to the south. I think that they will, so let's do that now. Oh, and actually I probably should have gone just one step further. No, we can still reach the orcs on the next go around. If I was just one step away from threatening them, that would be bad. But the goblins do appear to be going to the south. Let's see about this morale here. Well, they got good morale. Okay, so be it. Let's focus on their biggest stack. 7 down to 5 on the halflings. I'm not going to do range damage on these. Well, I'm going to waste one of these orc shot just on that one goblin so that these boars can get across the battlefield. And then everybody else should just be able to focus on these big stacks. Yep, thankfully I did that correctly. I don't think I'm going to lose a boar on any kind of attack here, but we shall see. By the way, we recently did a video, and it actually got a tremendous response. I was really, really grateful for it. But we went over some of the sprites, some of the animation type deals that you find, the artist's work for these individual creatures, and some of the freeze frames in between actions. And one of the things that we noted was that the orcs actually have a dagger behind them. And someone pointed out, they said, hey, I'm pretty sure that those orcs have the same dagger that the elves do. And I thought that that was a really fun kind of insight there. 605 experience, 2 halflings, 22 goblins, etc., etc. We'll take this. I'm going to find out who that was, by the way, as we definitely pick up the estates. Because if somebody says something fun and interesting that tickles my brain, I really want to give people credit, because there's a lot of people that are really smart and sees things that I don't see. So let me figure out who that was really quickly. But ultimately, it was really, really fun to take a look at the sprites video, just to see some of the interesting things that if you blink, you just might miss it. Let's see. Would have been Bearded Man. Bearded Man made that comment, mentioning that the orcs and the elves appear to have very similar daggers. And so I theorized, as we see a pyramid, that's interesting. I theorized that, hey, maybe there's just one purveyor of daggers in all of Enroth. This is in Enroth. Arathia is across the sea. Maybe there's one purveyor of daggers, and that individual is making a killing selling daggers to both sides. Maybe, maybe not. Thalagar wants to do some business with us. He has picked up some of those rogues. We're not going to tangle with him. We've taken our prize. We're going to head south. I am going to cast this View Heroes before I forget. We're in a tough spot here. 1, 2, and 3 red heroes. The further down this road I go, the closer I go to danger. That's a problem. We do have, it looks like this whole upper area is ours without too much contention. And then yellow actually has purchased another hero, and they've gone in this direction. Yeah. So on this map, I'm going to just zoom out so you can see the whole deal. We've got green more or less in this area, red more or less in this area, and yellow over here. So town, 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 and town. It's possible. But for now, we're going to try and send Myra not all this down the road as far as she can go. Into the desert, though? I don't know about that. There is a castle. This is actually good information. So this is Lakeside. This is the Warlock Castle. We have found a very important thing. I think we're going to trudge into the desert. It's going to be very slow going, but Thalagar is going to have a tough time catching up to us as well, as we do see Agar. And I win this fight. I totally win this fight. Sprites against centaurs. Absolutely, I win this fight. So we're going to take that fight. As someone who, the Kazor, you're going to have to help me with that. Spell it out for me so that way I say your name right, please. I want to get it right. As someone who hasn't played Heroes 2 for probably 25 years, what do you think Heroes 2 have that Heroes 3 doesn't? In a word, simplicity. And some people will hear that and they'll think that that's bad. Here's my thought process. If you like Heroes 3, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. I think that Heroes 3 has proven itself to be a wonderful game. Heroes 3 is a fantastic game. It's if somebody doesn't include Heroes of Might and Magic, at least one entry from the series, in their top 100 PC games of all times, I immediately throw your list out. it's not a viable list. You have to have at least one entry from the Heroes of Might and Magic series, in my not so humble opinion. I mean that with all fervor of heart. But the simplicity is actually not bad. It just plays in a very different way. For some reason, when I play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 again and again and again and again, I often end up saying to myself, it feels like I'm playing, it's very much the same. There's more units, there's more adventure map objects, there's more things, and yet something about the gameplay loop feels a little bit samey. And I've always wondered if that's actually because of the way that speed works in Heroes of Might and Magic 3 versus Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Phixfox, what do you mean by that? Well, it's going to take me a little while to explain that, but let me try my best in just a moment. Kazor with an A sound. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, Kazor. I feel like in Heroes 3, if you get one really fast unit, say an angel, right? An early angel, you can clear a lot of the map, you can clear a lot of the objects you otherwise wouldn't be able to. And that's not a problem. Like, there's value in that. Like, that's just like the way the game is designed, but it feels like that one mechanic actually makes a lot of battles go the exact same way every single time. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that does make sense or not, but that's more or less the way it feels to me when I consider Heroes 3 battles. And it feels like the gameplay loop for Heroes 2 doesn't rely on that one mechanic, or rather it's not stunted by that one mechanic again and again and again. I could be wrong. Just my opinion, but Heroes 2 is beautiful. It plays exceedingly well. It's got a lot of tactical depth, and it's a little bit more like a chess match than an opportunity to exploit some broken mechanics. And I really like the straightforward gameplay. So maybe simple was the wrong word. Maybe straightforward is more correct. Again, if you like Heroes 3, I'm not telling you you're wrong. It's probably objectively the best in the series. But I like Heroes 2 the most. I hope that makes sense. Giant Flail of Dominion, plus we got about 560 experience there. That was Agar that we just took down with Dawn the Wizard. She probably could take one more fight like that. We will see. But we do have, this is kind of interesting. These boats are just sitting here. I wonder if this is an opportunity to pick up, oh, I don't know, summon boat and just have free boats chilling all around. Could be. Could be. Myra is going to go into the desert. We are going to pick up, are we really going to pick up skeletons? Free troops. Free troops are hard to ignore. I mean, free troops are valuable. Even though it feels a little bit bad sometimes to have the morale penalty. By the way, real quick, I think I need to adjust. How is the sound, everybody? I need you to double check with me. I messed with the music and the effects. Is the music too loud or are the effects too loud? I need some feedback on that real quick, because in my ears it sounds like the effects are a little bit loud, but you can tell better than me, so it's all good. Okay. Chris says, I like Heroes 2, 3, and surprisingly 5 over 4. I think a lot of people have mentioned that they like 5 over 4. 4 is kind of the ugly stepsister in the group a little bit. And it's not that it's a bad game, it was just rushed in development and it didn't have the time to get off the ground. I was going to make a little bit of a point in a previous video. It was going to be the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 video. We're in the Crag hack campaigns, but I got a little bit distracted, and so I kind of didn't finish my thought. It feels like if Heroes of Might and Magic 4 had had the treatment that Heroes of Might and Magic 3 got, meaning that you have a little bit like, I don't know, if you had a little bit more time to do some patches and some updates, things would have been better. It's the reason why anybody who tells you go play Heroes of Might and Magic, they do not tell you to play the Steam version of Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Why don't we do the Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Steam version? It's because it's based off of the Shadow of Death, and so you're missing a lot of things, and most importantly, some balance changes, and that's pretty bad, actually. And so I think that if Heroes of Might and Magic 4 had gotten a little bit of those changes, a little bit of love over time, I think you would have found a little bit of a different game, personally. Just my opinion, just my 2 cents on it. Oh, it's Kai, as in Kaizor, like kite. Okay, nope, my bad. Thank you for the clarification. I always worry that people will clarify with me, and then they're going to be worried if I get it wrong. This fight was maybe ill-advised, especially looking at these forces. Let's see if this goes a little bit better. We will see. Mr. Epicaliciousness, I have only played Heroes 1 through 3, with 3 being my first. I'd like to get around to trying the others eventually. I do have them all. I would highly encourage it. I think it's a wonderful series, and there's no bit of it that I think falls off. They're all good in their own different ways, is kind of my opinion. Again, I know that maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm just a huge fan of the series, but truly, I'm a big fan. We're gonna, I don't know who to stone skin. I don't know who the enemies are gonna focus on here. Maybe they're gonna focus on this top stack of orcs. I'm gonna hope that they do. All things being equal, I'm guessing that they're gonna focus on the top stack of orcs. No guarantees. And anywhere my boars go, I'm gonna get met with problems. Iron golems are gonna step up, and so the terrain's gonna be an issue. Boars are gonna step up and attack you. I don't know what to do here. I think we're just gonna take a step forward just a little bit. Maybe force these other creatures to do something nifty. We'll see. And then Skur says, I always preferred Heroes 3, but I appreciate more open campaign with choice of paths in Heroes 2. That's a great point. And by the way, welcome. Happy to have you here. I really think that that's a great insight, because in Heroes 2, especially in the campaigns, you do get the opportunity to make some of those very tactical changes. You get rewards from scenario to scenario based off of which path you've gone. And I do agree that is actually a pretty fun thing. So I think that that's a great idea, Skur. I think I'm all for that. I don't know what to do here. That's the third time I've said that. I think that this is a no-brainer. I think the orcs are going to take a lot of damage. I don't think I can do 17 damage unless I get max damage and then good morale. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that we just, well, and the iron golems from here can't step down fast enough to stop me. This isn't good. This is really not good, but we're going to do the best we can. 3 to 11, 3 to 11. Or we can kill 1 to 5. Let's kill 1 to 5. If we kill 4 of the halflings, that's a big deal. Losing the morale, the Medusa is really, really bad. Oh, let's just get unstuck. This is a huge waste of damage, 5 points of damage, but we're going to take it. Thankfully, their boars goes down. And these boars are going to get absolutely hammered by these iron golems. You've heard me say it before, and I'm never going to cease to say it. It is what it is. It is what it is. From here, I could probably hit Q and end the battle. This battle is not going to go any different, regardless of how I tactically manage things. But, you know. Still going to do the best we can. Thankfully, I started attacking the halflings from range. I'm just gonna finish them off. I'm gonna let the Medusa finish off these iron golems, and I'm gonna end the battle like this. I think I fought that fight worse than the AI did. Terrain felt like it was a little bit of an issue in that fight. So when you have Medusa and the boars, two hex creatures, that caused us some problems. Yeah, we definitely lost more troops that go around. Maybe I should have focused on the halflings more. I think I should have focused on the halflings more. I think that the rock was a little bit of a red herring. Yeah, I should have focused on the halflings. That's where they did so much more damage. But I digress. Wow. Let me get caught up on chat, and then we're going to come back here. Okay. Chris says, I have the Steam version and the GOG version of 3. I run with the Heroes Might and Magic 3 HD mod. I own all the Heroes games up to 5 with the 5.5 mod. After that, the series lost its way. I've heard that a lot from a lot of people, and I think that that's, from what I've heard, that's pretty fair. Unfortunately, since I haven't played 5 and beyond, it's hard for me to have an opinion, but that's what I've heard. So, and then the Steam version is actually based on the restoration of Arathia. So no conflux, no combined artifacts, and no extra campaigns. The only thing that's good with that version is the redrawn sprites and art. And I really do like that, Kaisor. I really do like the additions with the HD type stuff. But when you have the Horn of the Abyss mod, that does everything that it should have done anyway. And so, yeah, pretty sad when you're missing out on conflux, restoration of Arathia, and so on and so forth. Tobal, have you heard that the new Heroes game, Olden Era, will have unique mechanics for all the factions, like as we have necromancy for necromancers? We don't have more information, but I'm so hyped. No, I've not heard that, but I'm very excited for that. And Chris is saying, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but the specs required make me uneasy. Oh no. Is it going to be a very unoptimized bad game? Like, is it going to be 500 gigabytes to download? Phixfox is going to have to download it for 7 days straight. I hope not. Halon has gained a level, spell power +1. You may learn either expert wisdom or the basic archery. Here's the deal. I don't know when I'm ever going to get basic archery again, but expert wisdom is interesting because there is a pyramid on the map. You know what I'm saying? Like if I take the wisdom now, I'm probably going to be at least open to getting the pyramids sooner rather than later with Halon. Great. On the flip side, lots of heroes can get expert wisdom, which is good. And wizards rarely get archery as an offered stat. It's very unlikely. Because I can get expert wisdom later, I'm leaning towards archery just because you never know when you're ever going to get archery again. That's my 2 cents. So for that reason, I am going to take the archery. We're going to forego the pyramid for now. Plus, we wouldn't have the troops to fight that fight anyway, so we're not going to worry too much. Okay, a little bit of a resupply. We are actually down to, we're still at 3 different types of units. We have taken this little teleporter and these stone liths right across the way here, and I'm hoping we can pick up just more free troops. This looks like the Pendant of Death. You know, there are necromancers on the map. That could be useful. We'll see. And folks, this is a fight that I've ignored. You always know when Phixfox isn't sure about a... Is that a genie lamp? You always know Phixfox isn't sure about a fight if he decides to save that battle till the end, and I'm glad we did, because this looks like the very bottom of a genie lamp, and I know we've picked up gems, and I know we have gold. And if we take that, then we actually become maybe tough enough to defeat Lakeside. I don't know, but it's possible. Let's find out. Let's see. I don't know, but it concerns me because I only have the mid-range gaming laptop. Same. And Mr. Epicliciousness, what is in it? You may not have to worry, but I don't know. Is that in regards to the game, or is that in regards to one of the specific versions of Heroes of Might and Magic? I'm not sure. Let's see, we're picking up that gold mine for an extra 1,000 a day. I don't think I want to explore too much into this area. I'm a little bit worried. 2 red heroes here, 2 green heroes here. Oof, there's a little cluster down there. Nobody in this whole upper right quadrant. Like, we have, well, upper left quadrant anyway. We have this whole first square to ourselves. That's really nice, actually. I'm a big fan of that. Let's consolidate, let's stay out of the dark, let's let other people fight, and let's try and pick our battles, especially after we get things like genies. Pikemen. Lots of pikemen, 20 to 50 pikemen. Can we get around? We cannot. I don't know if we want to go through that. For a gold mine, though. Let's pick up this free artifact. A quick and deadly battle with the Necromancer wins you his magical pendant. Later, the wizard tells you that the pendant protects undead under your control from holy word spells. Oh, oops. I miscalled that artifact. That's actually the one that protects you from the good spells. Of course, keeping that away from the Necromancers might be a nice thing. So, I am going to pick up this Thieves Guild. We've got so much wood, and I want to know what these castles have. With 2 genies, Lakeside might actually be a reasonable fight. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at, I don't know, maybe some of this. We'll see. But ultimately, I am excited for Olden Era. You stumble upon a dented and tarnished lamp lodged deep in the earth. Do you wish to rub the lamp? Yes, I do. Oh, one sec. And I understand a lot of people's concerns. I know that Ubisoft is, you know, struggling mightily at the moment, but I don't think it costs me anything to be cautiously optimistic about a game. And I understand that people are like, look, it's going to be bad. It's always been bad. They have a really bad track record for putting out good games. I understand. I also think that it doesn't cost me anything to be a little bit excited, because if it's great, wonderful. And if it's bad, I lose nothing. That's my thoughts on the matter. So I'm really excited for Olden Era. I am very excited to play it, and I'm excited for something wonderful, especially if there are faction-specific mechanics. That could be really, really nifty, and add an extra layer of strategic depth, and especially theming for any town. Sometimes I don't really feel like I have a favorite faction sometimes in Heroes 2, but I think I sure will if I've got, you know, some very faction-specific opportunities. That'll definitely make some changes for me. We're going to purchase, looks like it's going to be Joe Josh the Barbarian here. And Joe Josh is going to take 1 boar, and he's going to go up in this direction. Because we know that there's no enemies in this area, I want to see what's in this area. It's worth the gold cost to me. I don't know what the enemies are doing right now to spend their gold, but my gold feels kind of tied up with other things at the moment. We are going to pick up our 2nd gold mine here, though. With 2 genies, I feel much better about this fight than I otherwise would have. So I'm thrilled for that. And a 3rd gold mine? Yeah. We're going to combine some forces here. Halon's gonna take just one. Hold on. Okay, this Lith does not go anywhere. I think I mentioned, I think I have played this game before. This particular scenario, I do believe I have played it. Whoop, too much. And so I didn't stop to check to see if the Lith would go anywhere else. Standard practice is to make sure that this is only a one-way Lith from here to here. Standard practice is to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere else, because if it does, you're having a real bad time. This might be a game where if I can get some crystal, Mage Guild levels can be really nice. I would love to take a look at that and just see what our opportunities are there. Red's in the water. Red is creeping up into our area. We're going to deal with them in just 1 second. Let's see. Chris says that his laptop is good enough to run Age of Wonders 4 on it. So there is hope. Absolutely. Oh, in regards to the laptop specs, I think I've got like a GeForce 1060. Yeah, it was really good at the time. It's merely good now. I don't have any problems playing most games, is kind of the way I look at this. Let's see if we can do any better. And then I also bought Galactic Civilizations 4 last week, and again, that's a modern game that runs on my laptop. So far as the new old era Heroes Might and Magic, maybe I'm being a bit paranoid. It's popular. Unpopular opinion, Heroes Might and Magic 4 is a fun game. I agree. In fact, I could not agree more with you. It is really, truly one of my favorite games. The storytelling I've mentioned is one of my top reasons for wanting to play Heroes Might and Magic, and the storytelling in 4 is top notch. So Kaiser, I completely agree with you there. Epicaliciousness is saying that he's not worried about his laptop. He thinks that he's not going to have any issues with the olden era. With the 1050, 770, or 77,000 HQ played games, adding another stick of RAM and a better SSD extended its usefulness. You can just download RAM, right? Kidding. We're not downloading RAM. That doesn't make any sense. Although that is one of my all-time favorite, like, I don't know what you call it, grifts that people do. They just, oh yeah, just, download some extra RAM here, buddy. No. It's not a thing. This fight, it says we lost, but it was pretty close. I'm hoping with the stone skin that we're going to do even better than we will. I'm hoping that these dwarves are not going to kill this one skeleton. That'd be bad. I have to assume that they will, because there's 19 hit points out of 20 on this stack of battle dwarves. I'm going to see if I can get really lucky and kill 4 battle dwarves here. I killed 2. Not so great. Not so bad. We're going to wait with the genies one more time, but we're going to have them step up right to there. We're going to use stone skin one more time. Okay, 4 skeletons go down to 14. We're not going to kill all 4. We kill 1 to 2. And then we're going to use our single stacks effectively here and here. Unless... No, we're just going to skip and just lose that guy. That's actually a big deal. Ouch. 10, 10, and 3. Well, 8, 10, and 3. Let's attack this middle stack here. Ooh, did you see that? Genies attacked the stack and got the 10% chance to half the enemy troops. So if I had attacked the biggest stack, we would have been even better off. I'm still perfectly fine with that. But genies did destroy half of this stack of battle dwarves. Not a problem. Not a problem. The stone skin's going to last for one more turn. Let's stone skin here. The dwarves are going to get access to these halflings. I just can't stop it. There's nothing I can do. I don't want to lose skeletons on this retaliation. I mean, the halflings are going to take a beating. I should have stone skinned the halflings. Well, it is what it is. Okay, go for it. And actually, the battle dwarfs opted not to attack the halflings. I'm really fine with that. We're going to move into this position, as the 14 hit points worth of genies is going to hope for double damage yet again. Let's see. One more stone skin. Nope, 3 battle dwarves goes down. 1 genie's gone down. We got 49 hit points left. We're going to win this fight. No problems. And for some reason, there it is. I thought that the dwarves were going to leave us alone. Man, I cannot accept that. That is not good. But the fight's going to go. It's going to be a win anyway. 1 genie lost. Not great. Could have been worse. I would have preferred to have lost all of these skeletons, but I just don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. Okay, so costly, but we turn a loss into a victory, and 600 experience points for a gold mine for an additional 1,000 gold per day. There's a Sphinx. Should we do it, folks? Should we do it? Send it. Send it. We're here to have fun. We're here to do fun things. That seems like a real good time. Let's do that. We're going to send it to the Sphinx and see what happens. I don't know what Joe Josh was doing. He is posturing in front of these archers like he's actually going to do something. I don't think so. Sign says that boats may be needed. Boats might be needed to access some parts of this peninsula. What about a nifty stone lith? Hold on. This mine was flagged by another player? Where did you go? Did they hop into a boat? Did they die to dragons? We may never know. Oh, cool. There's a little nifty way to get through here. Well, I don't want to go through elves. I don't think that Blacksford's going to be really worth my time. So let's send Dawn up in this general area. Do I combine forces to make one super good hero? I don't think so. There's going to be troops in Karoxton. Let's head home. And I guess it's going to be Halon. That's my main guy. Yeah, Halon's going to be my main guy. My main man. We're going to pick up a cliff nest now and probably a mage guild tomorrow. If not a mage guild, then a well. We'll go from there. Okay. Once again, I've fallen behind on chat. Let me see if I can get caught back up as we pick up this mercenary camp. As we wait. Okay. Okay. So another unpopular opinion. I think 4 has the best music. I don't think that you're... Man, hold on. I think 4 has the best music. What an interesting proposition. Does 4 have the best music? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't think I can tell you that you're wrong because it's totally subjective, right? It's very much a subjective sort of analysis there. But also, like, I don't think that you're wrong when you say, or when what I'm hearing is that, hey, it's really, really good. The best? Man, that's tough. I don't know. That's you're really making me think hard here. And I think that, to be fair to everybody, I don't think I can actually confirm or deny that. I think that that's going to be one of those things where we're just going to have to say, well, maybe. It really might be. I was very disappointed to hear that for Olden Era, it will not be Paul Romero doing the music. Will not be Paul Romero doing the music. Of course, Paul has done all the music for all of the Heroes games, and he is well loved by the Heroes Might and Magic community because of that. And I think that from everything I heard that he wanted to do it, but they either didn't offer him the opportunity or whatever the case is. And I think that that's a huge miss. I'm hoping that the music is good, but you have someone who the franchisees, us, the gamers, love, and you're not going to let him do it? Not wise. Not wise. So, we'll see what happens there. We did pick up the well, and so we're going to pick up this mage guild now so that on the way out we can grab a couple of spells. Are they going to be good spells? I don't know. Let's find out. It's going to be a cure, view resources, and a curse. That's not great. It'll work. It'll be fine, but that's not great. And we'll go from there. I actually love the music of Heroes Might and Magic 2 is my favorite, says Chris. I think to broaden out the subject of video game music, nothing beats Stellaris. It's actually the first video game I actually bought the soundtrack for. I love video game soundtracks because you get the opportunity to do some very, like, I don't know what you call it, like unearthly types of deals. You get to focus on themes that you otherwise might not do, if that makes sense. There's a lot of plays. There's a lot of theatrical releases where the music kind of has to be a little bit standard, you know? Unless you're John Williams, there's a general formula you should kind of stick to when you're doing certain projects. And games really give you the opportunity to say, hey, look, we can branch out and do some really fun music. So I've never heard the Stellaris soundtrack. I'm interested to hear that. I'm interested to hear some of your other favorite video game soundtracks because Heroes Might and Magic is definitely way, way up there. Way, way up there. None of these things are going to work for me. I could get the Foundry. Should I get the Foundry? I got plenty of gold. Let's do that. And then actually that's going to mean that we can leave the Medusa behind. There's no sense in... It's going to slow us down just one more bit. 2 speed, it's really bad, but I want this army to actually fight and to do some really nice things. So let's take this army. Let's try and press our luck and chase down our enemies, wherever they may be, near and far, maybe even over here. Do we need the resources, Crystal? We need crystal. Have we seen a crystal mine anywhere? Crystal? Crystal here? Crystal here. Behind the dragons? Great. That's not going to work. Are we doing the Sphinx? Of course we're doing the Sphinx. You got it. We doing the Sphinx? You got it. No worries. Yaphet SC, did you play Pyramid on stream yet? Funny story about that. I totally did. I did play Pyramid on stream. We were going for like the high score kind of a deal. We come upon the mercenary camp practicing their tactics. The mercenaries welcome you and your troops and invite you to train with them. We did do it on stream. Unfortunately, it's one of the few videos that I recorded, or rather I did the stream for, but I didn't record it on my own. And downloading the video from Twitch I didn't like the quality, and so I did not upload that to YouTube. So we do not have that playthrough for posterity's sake, which I'm very, very sad for. I just save this off real quick. Let's just save this off as where are we? Decision 6? Sure, why not? Decision 16. If we go back to my high scores, you can see that we ended up defeating Pyramid in 22 days. I think that the first time, like the fourth time we tried it was 28 days and we got 22 days. It was a lot of restarts and a lot of effort, but Pyramid is one of those maps where I don't really like speedruns in general. It's just it's not the reason why I play Heroes of Might and Magic. But Pyramid is kind of one of those fun maps where you can really make some really strategic decisions. And so, yeah, I appreciate that you like Pyramid because I'm a huge fan of it. Overall, we have done it, but we do not have the tapes. They are lost to us. I'm very sad for it. This Sphinx is such a bummer. You come across a giant Sphinx, the Sphinx remains strangely quiet. I hate it when the Sphinx are just there for decoration. Don't put them there if they're just decoration. Don't do that to me. I was really hoping for something fun, and now you have robbed me. How dare you? How dare you? Sad. The Sphinx asks you a riddle, and if you answer correctly, it gives you a reward, which could be great. If you answer wrong, you'll lose your hero. I was totally ready to go for it. Rise, but as you can see, it was just not meant to be. It wasn't meant to be, Chief. So, I don't know if landing is the best decision or not right now. We're going to hug the coast and just see what we can find. Another town couldn't be too bad. We're taking one step away from the coast, so no one else can fight us if we don't want to fight. Here at Fix's stream, it's almost a tradition that we must put our brains together and challenge the Sphinx as a team, Rise. I completely agree, and I'm very, very glad that that's the reputation we have. I have mentioned time and time again that I have the smartest chat in the world, and I make no apologies for it. And so I believe that with your brains and my brain together, we can do some really nifty things, and I'm going to operate under that principle until the day that I die. I am going to fly these rocks into these archers. The dwarves are going to reach, all these creatures are going to reach. But the archers are actually going to go after my halflings. How much damage are the halflings going to do? Not enough. We're going to stone skin, and if we step right here instead of here, then the peasants can get us, but not the dwarves. And with the stone skin, maybe I get out of this fight without losing a single rock. We will see. I don't want to waste the damage on these peasants. Let's start working on this big stack of dwarves. 15 dwarves down to 12. I feel like that was the low end of damage. I could be wrong, though. One rock does go down. We got 36 hit points remaining there. 12 down to 10. And I really want this boar to clean up as many of these peasants as possible. I think I'm going to step right here because I believe that the AI will attack you wherever it can. And so these peasants are not going to be able to reach the rocks. They will probably go down, attack the boars, and I'll kill them on the retaliation, potentially preventing Ruby the Knight, who has 2 attack, 2 defense, 3 spell power, and 1 knowledge, from retreating. It's possible. I don't know. I don't think I worry about the peasants or the dwarves nearly so much. I'm going to take a beating on the retaliation. Halflings are going to attack the dwarves in 1 second. I think that we clear out peasants here. We don't even kill them all, so I feel good about that decision. And then 5 dwarves goes down. Yeah, ultimately, I like the way that that went. And the enemy does flee. We do lose 1 rock. So be it. Ruby, you're out of here. Get out of here. Okay. Kaizor, oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, the Sphinx asking you the riddles, absolutely. Rise to Ruin says absolutely, yep, heckin' yeah. Tobal says maybe you can get the crystal mine with a boat without beating the dragons. You're right. You're totally right. And I think that for that reason, a level 2 mage guild is actually a really good gamble because the summon boat spell is the 2nd level mage guild spell. I think that that's a great decision actually to try and push for that. We do still need some crystal, but there is a crystal mine to the south here. There is one patch of crystal there. With this army, I'm probably big enough to go through these pikemen. I wonder what's out here. This can't just end right here. And then again, maybe it does. There's a little bit of beach there, a little bit of beach there. Yeah, but there's a road. Road's got to go somewhere. Although, if you've ever visited the deserts in the United States, like Nevada, sometimes the road just goes nowhere, and that's okay. We're fine for the deserts to just exist and swallow you up if you're not careful. It's really easy to go really fast in those deserts. You gotta be careful. I'm not gonna say anything that's against the law. However, I think that most people can understand that they've, at some point in their life, broken the speed limit. Wherever your country is, whatever the laws of your land, I'm guessing you've probably broken the speed limit at least once in your life. Phixfox is also one of those people. I'm not gonna tell you how much I've broken a speed limit by, but it is possible in the Nevada desert to get going much faster than you probably ought to. Is it a good decision? No. Kids, don't do this at home. I'm just saying. We all understand how it is. I picked up these Medusa, and a part of me was thinking about going to these pikemen. 7 Medusa is not going to be enough. Let's just take this kind of force here, and maybe we go through the south. Maybe we pick up gold mine. Maybe we get the crystal. Let's do that right now. 1,600 gold, not enough to get another hero just as a scout, but this feels okay. This feels okay. Skur says, I don't like the new art style at all in Olden Era. What's more, the game is created by the creators of Iratus, Lord of the Dead. For me, one of the ugliest games I've ever played, but maybe the gameplay will be good. That's a great question. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Lord of the Dead, but that's a really interesting thing. I haven't seen a lot of the artwork. Mostly what I've seen is a little bit on Reddit. There's some like hero profiles. I don't really have an opinion about those right now. I really don't. But yeah, art style does matter a lot to me. It's part of the reason why I mentioned I didn't really love the game. Just the look of, what do you call it? Oh no. I didn't love the look of Songs of Conquest. The art style just didn't appeal to me. But maybe it's the kind of thing that definitely appeals to you. I don't know. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't like. This is bad. We really needed these halflings to do damage here, but they never were going to, were they? Just with the way that the speed was going to work out, they never were going to be able to. We can hopefully kill one vampire here. We're going to take some losses. 27 damage, 8 halflings goes down. We do get the turn on the genies this go around. We killed 2 vampire lords. We're going to kill the 3rd, and then the halflings are going to get their full shot off. That actually does make a big difference. That makes a big difference because these 2-speed zombies, they're going to get into the fight way later. So we've got to kill skeletons now. That's fine. That's fine. We are going to turn this loss into a victory, but ooh, I definitely could do a little bit better being smart with these fights because I had all the information I needed. Right before the fight started, I could have told you how this fight was going to go, and I just didn't take the time to stop and look, and that's an issue. Is that a skill issue? Meh, maybe. 1, 2. What have the zombies done? Look at this. 1, 2. They're not in a position where they can attack these halflings. These are the dumbest zombies I've ever seen. Oh, by the way, though, very important. This is new behavior to me. I've never seen this kind of behavior from the AI. We are on a new patch, folks. So this is the first time I've actually played on this new patch, as we do pick up +1 knowledge and the basic luck. So we are on a new patch. That feels like new behavior that I've never seen before from the AI. And so nice to see that the patches have some improvements. I say improvement, that was a weird one, but I don't think that was necessarily bad. But it was definitely different. I think that it's not a bad idea for us to go north. Crystal, gold, gems. I know we got another hero coming down. This troll bridge, we have to fight trolls in order to get trolls. I don't want any part of them. We're gonna have to wait and see. Lord Shadowing almost missed the stream. How's the computer? It's doing better. It is doing better. So we're doing the very best we can with what we have. We're gonna move forward and have a great time. Skur doing the sad face on the art style, worried about Olden Era. I think we're all, we all want to see that happen. Could it be that the AI have taken it already with the Sphinx? It's very possible that the Sphinx was taken. It's possible. Well, no. I don't think that the AI can actually take a Sphinx because you actually have to input certain commands to answer the riddle. And if the AI simply had like a 50% chance of getting it or losing it, the AI should never take the Sphinx at that point. They should be able to path through it, but they should never be able to like take it. For example, bottles. Bottles on the ocean are simply flavor text, right? But the FHeroes2 team has made sure that the enemy can go through the bottles because it can take you to some strategic places otherwise. And so that's a good choice. For the AI to take Sphinx though, if that's the case, then that's a real bad decision. I would not be a fan of that choice at all. But I don't think that that's the case, if that makes sense. So, and then pyramiding. Pyramid was fun-strating stream for sure. We kicked butt though for sure. Yeah, Rise to Ruin was there for that pyramid stream, and it was pretty nifty, wasn't it? What faction are you playing as, by the way? The troops are very mixed from Heroes 3. Yeah, this is the wizard faction that we started off with. We started off in this town of Karoxton. We do start off with halflings, boars, iron golems, rocks, magi, and giants. Giants turn into titans, and so one of the best 6th level creatures here in Heroes of Might and Magic 2. They are on par, maybe just a step below the Black Dragons, but those are definitely 2 of the strongest creatures in the game. No questions asked. I haven't cast View Heroes for a moment. There's still action over here, and a little bit of action over there. In fact, we might be able to see just the tip of a hero there. We do. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Thankfully, Halon isn't gonna exhaust themselves before they maybe have to deal with some kind of threat over there. Ivory Tower is so far away. It's day 4. I'm gonna pick up the marketplace just in case we need to trade. There is a trading post down here. Maybe we go north. Maybe Myra. 4 days? 4 days might be a little too far away. But nice to have the opportunity maybe to trade for some crystal if we have to. We'll see. On to a new day. As a green barbarian does come west into our area. Most I've ever gone was 120 and 75. It was empty. Lord Shadowwing, yeah, I definitely wouldn't advise going too fast in a very crowded area. There was somebody and they were being funny. They were like a comedian and they were saying, well, you know, I don't see any problem with drag racing on public roads. And someone said, well, what if you crash and you kill somebody? And the person says, no, that's street crashing, which I'm very much against, but street racing, that I'm fine with. And it's kind of hard to argue with that logic, except I'm in a job where I absolutely argue with that logic every single day. Actually, Songs of Conquest is a neat game. It has different mechanics to Heroes of Might and Magic, so don't judge it on that, but I appreciate the beauty of its own game. And really, that's a good call, Chris. When it comes down to it, I'm glad that every game is not the same. Really, I'm glad that every game is not the same. Sometimes there's a change of pace that's required. Sometimes it's a matter of trying to figure out what makes the most sense from playthrough to playthrough, from game to game. It's a good thing that every game is not the same. Folks, we have an issue here with Thundax we're going to talk about in just 1 second. Vammy says, hello, Phixfox. Hello, Vammy. Hello to everybody here. There's a lot of people here. Wow. I've got a lot of people to disappoint. Hello, Phixfox. Not going to be very active because I've got something important to do, but I wanted to drop in and say hi and have fun. Vammy, we love having you. We love having fun with you. And yes, they can take it. I found that out on the final map of Descendants, unless it was an empty Sphinx. Final map of Descendants. I don't remember a Sphinx being there. We're going to have to double check that. So if the AI can take the Sphinx, that's information that we need to know. We need to know. And then Lord Shadowwing, got to have someone to bash the bots for you. I do. If somebody ever, I think Chris has actually offered in the past to moderate for me. I'm happy to have anybody be willing to do that. The problem is, folks, is I can't pay you. I'm sorry. So if you're modding for Glory and Riches, I can't do that. I would need Glory and Riches myself in order to make that happen. So anyway, day 5, you know, at this trading post, one of us is going to get there. One of us is going to get there. We're going to trade, and we're going to get Magi by the end of this week. With this enemy hero here, Thundax, we mentioned earlier that the green players were our main concern because they are the barbarians. Barbarians are going to have the early game advantage. Until we get at least Magi, they're always going to beat us. They're always going to beat us. And I think we're going to lose this fight. I think they're going to attack us. We're probably going to have to surrender, and we're going to have to hope for the best and move on again. We're just going to have to do the best we can. But I think we're about to lose pretty badly. Second level Mage Guild feels even more important now because a spell would be really great. 1 Lightning Bolt, 1 Cold Ray with 4 spell power. That could potentially turn this fight around. Then again, I need 10 crystal in order to get a mage guild level 2 and the magi. It's not looking good. Let's see how this goes. Your forces suffer bitter defeat, and Halon abandons your cause. 1 war troll, 8 of the wolves, and 20 of the goblins. We didn't even touch the 16 ogre lords. Ouch. Okay, all right, let's see what happens here. I'd love to mod for free. My only concern is that I wouldn't be free for every... Oh, that I wouldn't be free for every stream. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And unfortunately, I like last week I had to miss streaming just because I've got responsibilities I've got to take care of. And so I would hate to have somebody plan their week around me. I think I might just make a couple people, if a couple people want to mod and just have that title, and then they can make some changes wherever they feel necessary. I'd be down for that. I trust pretty much everybody here, you know? So, yeah. It'd be great. I don't know if people can like mod and then, I don't know, like end the stream for me or something. And I'm like, hey, what happened? They're like, ha 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 ha, we've kicked you out of your own stream. I'm like, aw, rats. I'm sure that wouldn't happen anyway. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't attack these wolves. We have cursed the war trolls. Ouch. That hurts. Lord Shadowwing is also willing to mod. And then Rise True and also have to mod. Yeah, I would be thrilled if y'all would be willing to step up and help me out with that. Yeah, that'd be good. This is bad. Mods can't kill the stream. Yeah, you guys know more about it than I do, so I'll believe you when you say that. Our rocks are taking a beating. What's the cost to surrender right now? 3,100 gold. I think I want to lose just a few more troops. I really want to lose these orcs. Not going to happen. Let's get 1 salvo off. I don't see any point in attacking these war trolls. Let's just focus on these orcs. 28 down to 24. Jeez, Thundax has 4 attack, 1 defense. 4 attack, 1 defense. And his troops are hitting like trucks. My word. Garrison units for the Iron Golems, it actually might make sense to save them a little bit. We're down to 2,300 gold. We're going to take a beating here. Oh, they're not going to kill all these troops. Let's just fight down to the last man and then run. Rather than surrender, there's nothing worth surrendering here in my opinion. So, feels bad, but we're just going to end up losing a lot of troops very, very quickly. Wait, is this my last chance to run? No, this is not my last chance to run. No, this might be my last chance to run. I have to run now because if I don't, here's what's going to happen. Wolves are going to attack the boars. Boars are going to go down. War trolls are going to kill probably the iron golems. And are they going to do 120 points of damage? Cursed? Probably not. But the orc chiefs, I think, are going to kill 8 more of the orcs. And if there's one instance of good morale, or if there's one instance of good luck, it's a sure thing. So this is actually our last chance to run. We're gonna take that opportunity. Getting one more shot off with 8 orcs is just not worth the risk. It's just not worth it. So the cowardly Halon will flee from the battle. Ouch. Not good. But we knew that that was a threat a long time ago. We knew that that was going to be an issue with the green barbarians. The hope was always that they would go somewhere else. They would bother anybody but me. Didn't work out that way. That's fine. Totally understandable. Have a real nice day. You can quickly mod someone by using the mod command in chat if they haven't changed it. The format is mod/username. Okay. I tell you what, I'm not going to worry about it just at the moment, simply because I will, I'll take a look and I'll figure it out after stream. I trust you that you're right. I'm just going to plan on taking a look at it after stream. And everybody do me a favor, and if a mod asks you for your social security number, your credit card information, etc., ignore them. Just ignore them. Ignore them like I ignore the ice cream truck music when it goes by. It's so hard. I know. I get it. It's hard to ignore the ice cream truck when it goes by. It's not that hard. We're fine. Okay. This is bad. So, update. We have lost the bulk of our forces. We've lost a lot of army here. We're missing ore, we're missing crystal. Because both these heroes were kind of going in this direction. Whoops. and Halon is just going to have to sit here. He's going to pick up the Witch Doctor's hut. The Orcish Witch Doctor living in the hut deepens your knowledge of magic by showing you how to cast stones, read portents, and decipher the intricacies of chicken entrails. And then he's going to go back. We are going to be able to fight Thundax with 2 weeks worth of mages, if that's what we decide to do with our crystal. Pucker. That was a pucker factor. That was... He came at us like he knew exactly where we were. Oh my goodness. One of the changes with Heroes of Might and Magic 2, this most recent patch from the FHeroes2 team, is that some of the bonuses that the AI starts off with have actually been peeled away, including the additional sight radius. And he came at us like he knew exactly where we were. That was a little bit scary. I don't know which is better, moat, right turret, left turret, or the ivory tower. I don't think you can go wrong with the troops, especially since we have no other real troops here. And I am gonna, oh geez. Wow. This is dire. This is not good. We do have reinforcements. It's gonna take us a while to get there, but we are fighting today. I think you lose that castle now. Rise, I think that I didn't expect them to come straight for me. I really did not. We can make one more purchase, but whatever purchase we make, I don't want them to have it next turn. So for example, this Mage Guild, I think I'd rather not give them a level 2 spell. That just feels like a real bad time. I don't think I could stop it, but it is what it is. Boreas Sir, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Happy to have you here. Thank you. But then again, it's day 7. They're going to pick up this ivory tower tomorrow anyway. Do we just not trade? Do we take the money and run? Because anything that we purchase here, they're going to use against us very, very shortly. Do we take the money and run? Run 2 is kind of the question. Well, again, we do have reinforcements. 30 dwarves is not really what I would call reinforcements, though. It may be that we have to just sneak back around and retake our castle of Croxton. Halon's level 3 wizard. I am going to want to rehire him at some point. Let's see if we can convince the enemy to leave us alone. He can pick us up wherever we go. So we're going to head up the road, but this is going to give us the opportunity to rehire Halon without having to surrender. We're not going to purchase the ivory tower. We're not going to trade everything when it's not really going to help us right now. And we're just going to see where this goes from here. I do want to drop off these troops. I do want to get into the boat today with Myra. I'm going to drop off some troops, all of them, except for the skeletons. Yeah, get rid of them. Myra's going to go back in the boat. Joe Josh's job is going to be to gather whatever they can here, and we are going to lose this castle. We're just going to have to let it go. These things do happen. No worries. Folks, believe it or not, we've had worse. We have absolutely had worse. I didn't upgrade this castle a while ago. I could have. 3 days ago, I could have upgraded it. I didn't even realize it was a possibility. I might not have done it at the time, though. Just thinking about resupplying for this day. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Your forces suffer bitter defeat. We're going to get obliterated here. There is no good options here. This is going to be a real bad time. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. There's no strategy here that will help me win. So we're just going to auto-combat that. Just let it go. Halon abandons the cause. We're going to make sure that we surrender because we just can't lose him. I think we lose a castle. Maybe they'll build the castle for you. That's actually a legitimate strategy. And that's a strategy that I'm totally here for. We're going to run. 2 boars are not worth the cost to surrender. And again, we're going to hope that we can sneak in the back way. But folks, green has struck a major blow to our chances of being successful. I guess we're going to go back to the whirlpool. No. Phixfox wasn't careful. We are in range of being attacked from the coast. That's a critical error there. This is not good. Although, of all the things that are not good, here's the thing that's the very best. We can rehire Halon, and we can build from this point here. Everybody knows the map Broken Alliance, right? Broken Alliance is one of my favorite maps of all time. We are going to be the wizards on the desert island in the bottom right, except in this case, we're going to be in the top left. And we are going to build from this strategic stronghold, and we will eventually go forth and overwhelm all of our enemies. They don't have a chance. Trust me. Patro0, thanks for the follow. Appreciate having you here. We're having a real good time, but we're also having a really little bit of a struggle. Phixfox has made a couple of errors. These things do happen. But the best thing I've mentioned that I come from a long, proud family of Heroes Might and Magic players. I have to tell you, one of the things I love the most about coming from a family of people that love Heroes Might and Magic is that I get to see people that I love and care about play Heroes so very, very well. And I know for a fact that while I may not be the best Heroes Might and Magic player tactically on the battlefield, like my brother, I may not be the best Heroes Might and Magic player on the adventure map, like my dad. I am this nice, well-rounded mix, and that works out pretty well for me. And one of the things I think is actually the very, very best about me is that I'm pretty resilient. So when I have an issue, when I make a mistake and I fall down, I tend to get back up, and that's okay. Thank you. I love Heroes Might and Magic too. Wonderful. Hey, you are totally amongst friends here then, because we really like Heroes here. We got a whole ton of really smart Heroes Might and Magic players here, and I'm just happy to be associating with all of you. Since we're going to be building off of this castle up here, as we've now stepped on this Lith so that green cannot come through, I think that it actually makes a lot of sense for us to send Josh back to the trading post and trade for the crystal we need. Well, this might be our only chance to trade for the crystal. If he goes down, then we're really in trouble. Where are all of these barbarian troops coming from? My word. We go back and trade now, or do we pick up the crystal now? Let's trade now. I know I walked in this direction. Let's go back, let's trade, so that way we have Mage Guild levels at least. We did pick up Rialdo. Rialdo is actually probably the hero I want to have step on this area here. And I actually want him to have the fastest troop. I want him to have a boar, so that way maybe if the enemy leaves this castle undefended, we come through, we pick it up, we steal it back. Bob's your uncle, Sally's your aunt. No problems. That's the hope. That's the plan. We're going to see if that works out or not. And we're going to see if Castor attacks us. I think he's going to attack us. It looks like there was another red hero in the water over there. Either way, we were going to go down. We're just going to take a quick peek. No, we're going to lose this immediately, actually, aren't we? Yep. I wanted to check to see if Myra actually had anything special. I don't remember her having anything special. She could have, though. Rather than land, we're setting sail for this pocket of crystal. Who said that? Somebody mentioned the crystal. Maybe it was Rise. Maybe it was somebody else. Indicating that there's some opportunity maybe to go around the dragons if we can. That crystal mine may stay with us forever. Sir Gallant, up to Hydras here in Lakeside. Up to the War Trolls. That's pretty scary. If he comes west at a breakneck pace, we will go down to Castor. Is it worth it to lose the hero? Maybe Castor goes this way, and maybe Sir Gallant lands. This might be our last chance to pick up lots of crystal. This crystal mine might not be as so important, but is there value in going this way and picking up all this? Maybe there's even another trading post. 88 wood, 21 mercury, 44 sulfur, 33 gems. There's a lot of tradable resources at the value of 3 marketplaces, but losing this hero, this might be our last hero on the mainland for quite some time. So, I should have cast this a moment ago. Looks like yellow is going to give us plenty of room to run. That decision feels even better, knowing that we have that confirmation anyway. If we do pop through this Lith, by the way, we could attack, so we can get there from here, even with the 3-speed halflings. We are going to make this switch happen, though. We're going to go to here, take the boars, take a step out, and it's going to be Rialdo with 1 single boar that's going to stay put on the Lith as a doorstop while Halon recovers his strength in the castle. We'll go from there. Okay. Very interesting position. We got a little bit behind on the 8 ball. It felt like we were ahead early on because we used some of the free troops on the map, and now it feels like we're having to scratch and claw just to stay safe and stay alive. But the longer you stay alive, the greater my chance at winning the game goes up. I think in an early game or overwhelming position that the AI tends to outplay Phixfox a little bit. But late game, I always beat the AI late game. That's my personal opinion. And so I mean it when I say that the longer the game goes, the better it is for me. View heroes one more time. There must be a Lith. There must be a Lith from here to there. And it does appear that the hero went back into the whirlpool. And so keeping Jojosh alive really was probably the very best thing for us. Just to be safe, let's step on this obelisk. You come upon an obelisk made from a type of stone you have never seen before. Staring at it intensely, the smooth surface suddenly changes to an inscription. The inscription is a piece of a lost ancient map. Quickly, you copy down the piece, and the inscription vanishes as abruptly as it appeared. Looks like there's going to be maybe 3, maybe 5 obelisks on the map. That's interesting. It's weird how the treasure chest is there. Hold on. Is that right? Why is a treasure chest there? I've never seen a consumable be on the map. I've never seen that before. That's interesting. You're not going to see piles of gold or gems or crystal because those aren't really good landmarks because they can get picked up. It's like when I lived in the south of the United States in Tennessee. I had people trying to give me directions like, yeah, just go on down the road and you're going to see a cow that's white and it's going to be standing alone in this field. And that's where you take a right. And I'm like, you do realize that cows move, right? Move. Cows move. This is not really a landmark here that's going to be around. And so gold, crystal, consumables, kind of weird to have them on this map. I've never seen a sea chest on a map. Land. I'm guessing that this might actually be something like this. There wasn't a sea chest in there. Maybe it's over here. I'm guessing it's to the north side of the map, maybe closer to where the barbarians roam. But this is a very unique kind of land feature. Lava? I'm guessing that's lava. That's got to be lava. So wherever there's lava, maybe down in here, maybe over to here. We're going to have to wait and see. We don't have enough information, but that is a pretty interesting obelisk, if I do say so myself. Once again, we are waiting for these enemies to run. Ruby is back. Before I do anything else, let's see. Day 3. We got plenty of time. I'll pick up the Thieves Guild later, so that way we can know whether or not we should go through those enemies or not. Halon doesn't have enough forces to defeat these pikemen, even with those troops we just purchased. So we're going to wait one more day, and then tomorrow we're going to set off. And that concludes month 1, week 4, day 4. Oof. Man. Interesting so far. Treasure chest, let's pick up the gold. Dawn is basically good for exploring, and she's good for, call it the View Hero spell, which has actually been really pretty good for me. Thrilled for that. As we've mentioned in the past, using your view resources, viewing your view mines spells, those are really a good way of separating good Heroes of Might and Magic players from great ones. As I've said before, if I was in a contest with the devil for my very soul, and I had to beat him at a game of Heroes of Might and Magic 2, I would absolutely be using those adventure map spells every single day. The watchtowers might be helpful. Yeah, so we are going to keep those orcs there. This one's available. This one we have to go through the pikemen to get there. It's lots of pikemen. That could be 20 to 50. I just want to be kind of careful. I don't want to rush things. I am worried about losing this hero after we've already suffered a major setback. With this force, though, should we be able to win? Yeah, I don't want to wait another week is really the thing. It's day 4. I don't want to wait until day 1 of month 2. And every week I wait, more pikemen are going to accrue. We don't have any spells, though. I'm going to wait one more day just so I can get the Mage Guild, level 1. Maybe I get a nice damaging spell. That's my plan. Chris says, just finished my shower, had you on my phone in the bathroom. Sweet, sweet. Hopefully your phone didn't get wet. That's always something I worry about. They always say that these phones and these watches, they're water resistant, but not waterproof. I think that that's just so that the lawyers can make sure that nothing bad happens to their clients. Seems like a lot of unclaimed resources in the bottom left, Rise to Ruin says. I agree with that. Might be worth sending the ship to land over there. I agree. I do want to pull these dwarves to my main force. In fact, that might be worth We can get to here and do a little bit of a hero transfer, so long as there's no green players that can come through these Liths. We're going to give that a shot. After we unload the troops, then we're going to head back. We're going to see what we can find. That's the plan. It's a good plan. Oh no, we are out of ore. Joe Josh, it's your job to trade for ore. My word. Can't believe I'm trading for ore. We need ore badly. Gotta get the Mage Guild. Let's trade here. Let's trade here. And then let's trade up to 10 ore. It feels so bad to trade sulfur for ore. Why am I trading an additional 5 ore? I'm not. There is zombies down here. Let's grab that and then go on from there. This should give us enough to pick up this Mage Guild level 1. And then I do need 5 ore for the Ivory Tower. It's day 6 and then day 7. Can I get here in enough time? Or does Joe Josh actually need to trade for the ore? He does need to trade for the ore so we can get the Magi. So we are going to go back and we're going to trade. It's not pretty, but this is going to work. By the way, spells we picked up, not good. Not good enough anyway. View Mines, Curse, Bloodlust. Let's just take a quick peek at the View Mines. Okay, this looks like a big landmass. We should be able to get there. This is going to give us Mercury, Wood, Ore, Gems. Perfect. This is going to be our land, and everybody else can stay on the mainland with my blessing. Leave us alone until I bring Titans and I just kill you. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. Would have loved the damaging spell. With the 30 dwarves coming up, we'll be fine. So, no base here. Rialdo is going to reach no problem. Let's go to here. And so on and so forth. Folks, I got to turn this down. My sound effects, I got to turn them down to like a 3. They're just a little too loud in my ear for me. So, let's see. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. I thought I lost you guys. No, we're good. Just catching up on chat. If you were playing against the devil for your soul, Tobal says, would you use Dimension Door? Because the devil surely will. I would absolutely use Dimension Door. I would totally use Dimension Door. I would use every glitch, hack, and underhanded dirty tactic I could to win, because you better believe that he's going to. So I'm not going to allow him to find me easy prey. Dang it. Oh, that's so bad. We have fumbled Joe Josh so badly. This has been a comedy of errors, folks. What a critical error. So we had the opportunity to trade for the ore necessary to get our other things, to get our Arc Magi. We're not going to get there, and there's no sense in fighting this battle. There's nothing here that can be valuable. The only thing that might work is this. We've got a puncher's chance with these genies that they have to stack. I'm guessing that because we didn't see 4 creatures of War Trolls go down, I'm guessing that we're definitely not going to get the 10% chance there. Let's see if we can kill 20-something wolves. 2 wolves is not bad. Not what I had in mind, but it's not bad. Ah. Sickening. Sickened. That really does hurt a lot. But, hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Day 6. Unknown defenders here. Let's pick up the Thieves Guild. Because, I mean, now the Archmagi are kind of out of the question. As much as this fight makes sense to me, I think that we're going to want to park ourselves here, retake our castle, and then have 2 castles at the beginning of the week. Look, you caused me some grief here. Joe Josh is dead. Okay, I get it. But you've left Ruby in defense of this castle. I lost basically 1 week's worth of creatures. I think that we turn right back around. And then I'm happy for the job we've done in building up this area. I think that we've found our heading. We've actually got a little bit of an interesting opportunity. So let's make some changes here. Let me make sure that we can step here. It's going to be close. I don't think that the AI has scouted this, so I don't think they're going to see that. But just in case that they do, I'm going to make sure that Rialdo stays here as a doorstop. A normal player would know what's about to happen. The AI not so much, but if they see that this is like open, quote unquote, that might change the way that the AI plays this upcoming fight. We're going to end here on day 7. We're going to grab these troops. All of them. Including this. And then per our previous conversation, Dawn is going to go sailing for resources. Wonderful. Chris says, no, it's water resistant. I guess it's fine. I've always used my phone in the bathroom. Listening to POD or podcasts and audiobooks, never had an accident yet. I always worry that today is going to be the day. Today is finally going to be the day where something terrible happens. And my hope with all earnestness of heart is that it never happens to you, because that is going to ruin your day if it does. Yellow player has been vanquished, folks. So Phixfox has kind of met one of his early objectives that we talked about. We mentioned that we didn't really want to fight. We wanted to get other players fighting, and we wanted to stay back, build up our forces. Okay, this is actually an indication that for the most part, that strategy is kind of working. If the enemies are fighting each other, then that means that we're not fighting them. The only problem with that is that now somebody has taken yellow's holdings, and so now either red or green is now much stronger because they've defeated their yellow foes. That means that they're going to have access to more mines. That means that they're going to have more gold generation, etc., etc. So it's a good thing in some ways and a bad thing in a lot of others. Where it's going to go from here, do not know. I cannot say. Steel golems, is that going to be worth it? No. We do have 25 mercury. That's a lot of mercury, but I'd prefer to upgrade the foundry in this other castle that we're about to take. So for now, let's just pick up this orchard here on day 7, because I'm not going to trade for the 5 ore necessary. We're just gonna miss out on some opportunities. And remember that we have 30 dwarves here. The dwarves are probably going to be the main forces that we use. So let's make sure that Halon is as fast as he can be. Our fastest troop is the boars. And so he's going to end today with those forces. Rocks. Hello. Golems. I don't want to lose these troops. I'm still going to be able to reach if I have the 4-speed creatures, though. I just won't have a lot of extra movement points. That's okay. So it's going to be 4-speed creatures, and then as we head off tomorrow on day 1, we're going to be able to pick up an extra week's worth of creatures. I feel pretty okay about our decisions. Green is crawling all over this map. Red, it looks like, has taken the right corner. It's Month of the Troll. Crap. That's not good. If the barbarians are our toughest enemies and they're picking up Week of the Troll, that's really bad. Nobody here in the bottom right. Here and here. We're getting a lot of pressure here. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So let's make sure we move all these troops back, including the golems. No, I guess not. Dwarves, goblins. Goblins are bad for the morale, so we are going to send the golems over. Just like this. Oh, you're kidding me. Look at that. Hey, was it Week of the Troll or what? I don't think Rialdo can get here and get back, so we're not going to be able to resupply with these other troops. I've got enough gold, I could totally buy another hero. Is that worth it right now? You've only got 3. It'll be worth it. Let's buy one more hero. We got plenty of gold. It'll be Flint the Wizard, unless Carlon is really good. She is not. And off we head with an additional 8 boars, 5 rocks, 18 of the halflings. We will leave... No, we were going to take the iron golems because they are in our final army. Carry on our way. Okay. Izor, looks like Phixfox got trolled by a troll. Phixfox absolutely got trolled by a troll. My word. Not good at all. We're going to take one step here. And then Flint can come in and resupply us. I guess I can do this. It doesn't cost any movement points just to hit spacebar, so let's do it like that. And then this fight should go even better. I would love to have spells for these upcoming fights. We're going to take a beating, so be it. 18 halflings. I'm going to cast Stone Skin once, and then I'm just going to let the auto combat do its thing. Stone Skin, and we go from 18 down to 14. That's 4 halflings that are saved. Not too bad. And then we do reach, and we have a glorious victory. It's going to cost us 2 halflings, 1 dwarf. I'm going to accept these losses. That's perfectly fine. We do pick up the expert wisdom. As far as I'm aware, we have not seen anybody pick up this pyramid. And so picking up the expert wisdom now is actually feeling okay. That's a viable strategy to go pick up a nice 5th level spell. We do get a 2nd level mage guild. So they purchased a 2nd level mage guild for us. They picked up the ivory tower for us. What else did they pick up for us? I think that they might have gotten the moat, and they upgraded the foundry. green has done us a huge service. Those 3 buildings are very expensive. And so green taking our castle, it looked dire. It was a big problem. That was not a small thing. But I'm feeling pretty good about the way things are looking now. I don't know if the 29 dwarves are a good idea for this army. I'm going to say that they're not. I'm going to leave these troops here just as garrison defenders. And so now we only have these 3-speed slow creatures, and that's going to have to hold for us. We're gonna have to see how that works for us. 3 mage tower plus the mage guild. Heck yeah, rise to ruin, absolutely. So that's the thing about Heroes Might and Magic. You never know what you're going to get. You never know. We are close enough to this corner. If you know Phixfox, you know I always have to explore the corners because sometimes the map designers leave us some really nice little trinkets up there. And so I've got to just check to make sure that there's nothing really, really nice. There is this abandoned mine. I don't want to fight that with what I have. Lots of ghosts. Yeah. Dwarves and iron golems. Could they win that fight? Maybe. Definitely don't bring halflings along, but we'll keep an eye on this abandoned mine. Unfortunate that we can't go through this pack of trolls. So be it. These things do happen. Okay, but now we have 2 wizard castles. They're both pumping out troops. On to a new day. Month 2, week 1, on to day 2. And will green respond by immediately coming our way? I do not know. I cannot say. Chris says, I have to say I've been playing a bit of Heroes Might and Magic 1 and it's brutal. I find the AI to be on it to be competent. Strange, maybe I'm just not that good, but other titles in the series don't seem as hard. I wonder if it's down to the more simplicity of the game. Kind of like how you were describing earlier in your comparison between Heroes 2 and Heroes 3. I find Heroes 1 to be frustratingly difficult. I really do. You look at some of the campaigns in Heroes Might and Magic 1, and the AI will essentially start off with 1 or 2 of those nice purple dragons. And what can you do at that point? If you're playing as any other faction and you don't have the opportunity to pick up those really overpowered forces, you just kind of lose. And that doesn't feel good. I don't enjoy that at all, as we see Phineas with the Cyclopes. So I hear you 100%, and I feel inclined to agree. I truly feel inclined to agree. You're never going to see me play Heroes Might and Magic 1 on stream. It's just not fun to me. And we do try and have a lot of fun around here. Is it because of the simplicity and the straightforwardness? It really could have used a few tweaks, in my personal opinion. How about that? They really could have. We've got Rialdo the Necromancer. He's not a bad hero. He could potentially pick up this lightning bolt, take these troops, and then go through these pikemen. I think I'm going to try and let him do that since he's level 3. Halon, I do want him to survive. I do want to keep this wizard castle. Maybe for the next little bit, though, as we go on to a new day, maybe we recognize that, sure, we were cheeky and we stole our castle back. Okay, great, but maybe now is not the time to say, oh, we're big and strong and we've got another week's worth of creatures. These barbarian troops are still better than us by a lot. I think we should actually try and run. I don't know if Halon can get there. But I actually think that we need to run and save these troops. I truly do. We're going to hire one more hero just for that reason. This is going to look so weird. I know that this looks weird. I know that this feels weird. But so long as the AI is going to take this castle and upgrade it for us, which I think that they're going to continue to do so. Call me crazy. I think that we just run. Save the troops. Halon's going to go down. We're going to leave him with a couple of split off single stacks of boars. So that way he can just run and be safe. And then I think we're just gonna try and save the troops. Truly, I do. So Halon's going down, so he can initiate a lot of these trades here. And so here, Halon or Flint's gonna be able to get through. And also Carlon, I think. I just don't want a hero to end their day on these stone liths, and so 2 heroes can't get through. That doesn't strike me as the best thing to do. If I need to, I can always use Rialdo to go save some troops, and I can dismiss one of these heroes if it's really all about saving the troops. I've got a plan here. We're going to see if this is going to work out or not. We're going to see. Mess this up. Sprites, they're going to be valuable just as fodder. Halon is going to go down. Carlon can reach, and Flint can reach. I think Carlon actually has more movement points, and she's traveling by road. Nope, she's going to end in the very worst place. Okay. Here, and here, and here. Do we risk it? Do we just keep Flint on these stone liths as we evacuate all these troops? $2,500 gold and you lose troops. Not troops I care about though. This seems so weird, folks. I know that this looks super weird, but in my mind, this makes the very most sense in order to make sure that we can continue to do this strategy. So, I know this looks weird. I would never advise this generally. I think that this is really truly the best thing that we can do right now. So with that being said, month 2, week 3 or 1 down to there. I think we're going to lose our castle, and I do think we're going to lose Halon. No, Halon is going to escape. So actually I feel even better about everything that happened there. Just so that way we're going to lose one less hero. I tune in because Phixfox is dreamy. Thank you, Phixfox wife. I sincerely appreciate that. A couple of weeks ago, somebody said something, and they were like, "Oh, he's so handsome," or "He's so cute," and I was like, "Who the heck is saying this stuff?" And then I realized it was my wife. I was about to be a little bit like, "Hey, wait a second, guys, no, none of that." But no, my dear sweet wife is in the chat, and she's an absolute sweetheart, and I do love her very, very much. Let's do this move here. We're going to keep the boars. We're going to get rid of these sprites. They've proven useful. And then Flint is going to be ready to do a resupply, and Halon's going to pop out on day 1 of this upcoming week. And it is going to be Rialdo that goes kind of to the north here with the bulk of these forces. This can help. This can definitely defeat these pikemen. And then we'll go from there. I've always said that the real Phixfox could be a chess commentator, Phixfox wife. That's sweet of you, Chris. I appreciate that. He likes chess too. I do like chess too. Am I very good at it? I don't know. That's kind of the question there. Funny though, I was on chess.com and I was playing random games, and one of the longtime Phixfox watchers, and definitely one of the most prolific commentators, is Homer from the Philippines. And I ran into someone whose name was Homer, and they were from the Philippines on chess.com. And unfortunately they logged off after we played our match. They logged off before I was able to type in the comments, like, "Heroes of Might and Magic?" ? But I thought that that'd be really awesome, actually, if it turned out to have been Homer. That would have been cool. These forces are going to defend these halflings. Let's just brawl with these enemies here. We're definitely going to win against the lots of pikemen, but I just wanted to make sure that if we brawled with honor. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Glorious victory. I do want to save the rocks. Let's just fight this fight a little bit better. I can imagine him on chess.com as a commentator. You know what? Chess commentating is really, really interesting, because anytime I watch a chess commentator, they oftentimes, I say every time, but oftentimes, they will see something that one of the people playing across the board does not see. They are good enough at chess that they are able to predict upcoming moves. They're there to see some really key strategies. I mean, it's really impressive to be commentating a very high level match between two players and be able to keep up with them. Me, for example, I couldn't commentate on Magnus Carlsen because I don't know enough about the game to actually be valuable. My commentary wouldn't be useful because I'm like, hey, he moved his rook. I don't know what that does, but he did it. But these other chess commentators, they are so good at the game themselves, grandmaster level players, that they are able to provide meaningful commentary and help a normal person like myself understand and appreciate a high level chess match. So very, very impressive when you see good players do good things. Halon is again going to stay. We do have to make sure that these troops are back by this first day of the week. Flint is probably going to be this kind of mediator hero to make sure that that happens. Let's continue to beef up this one town then, and let's get the marketplace just so if we need to trade for the ore, we can. I'm hoping that Dawn can actually find some nice stuff on the Isles, and let's see if Halon does have the view resources. Let's see if we can find some ore. Wood, gold. There's ore up here. We are heading in that direction. No ore, just precious resources, precious resources. There was ore in the center of the map that still remains unclaimed. I wish we could be there. Maybe later. Month 2, week 1, day 6. That's what we're up to. And then, let's see. Phixfox to us, Phixfoxy to you. That's really sweet. I appreciate that. That's an excellent comment, Rise. Yep. I try to be Phixfoxy to my dear sweet wife. Yeah. Okay. And then I think it comes down to psychology. The commentators are not playing and are much more relaxed and able to see the moves better. I know when I watch others play, I know the moves, but when I play myself, I can't. Weird. Yeah, you're right. You're right there in the action, and it's easy to be. Some people call it like an armchair quarterback, right? That's the term I usually hear. That's more of a American football kind of a deal. But if you're an armchair quarterback, then you're able to see things as they develop and you say, oh, I would have done that. I think that people often find that to be true when watching the Olympics because, oh, the gymnast fell down on the balance beam. Oh man, she's pretty bad. It's like, dude, I couldn't do half the things that they do, but when I am in this position of being like a critic, I'm really good at being a critic. So yeah, being able to see things from a bird's eye view. And actually that's a really valuable skill for a lot of individuals I know. Because if we could see our own selves from that top-down perspective, how much better would our lives be? If you could see your own stats, like say that this was a video game and you could see your own stats, how much better off would you be? You'd be like, oh man, my strength stat has dipped, my knowledge stat has dipped. I should probably do something about that, you know? So the top-down perspective does matter. We're gonna take the diplomacy over the necromancy. I don't really care for Rialdo to pick up some additional opportunities there. And we're just gonna go up this road. Pack of Phoenixes, there's no way. I'm not dealing with you. Nope. And then remember, we gotta get these troops back on day 7. So I think that right about here, maybe right about here. We should be close enough that we'll be able to get these troops back and be just fine. Okay. Still looking for ore. We know we're not gonna find it. Halon's hanging out. On to a new day. Actually, what you're describing there is the aim of meditation in Buddhism. I say that as a Buddhist convert myself. The concept of having that top-down perspective and seeing yourself from 1,000 miles away, kind of a deal. That's the concept in Buddhism that you're talking about. Because that definitely makes sense based off of what little I do know about Buddhism. That sounds like the right thing to me, yeah. And a very, very interesting, do you call it a religion? Religion, way of life, way of being? You know, the people that practice Buddhism are oftentimes, you know, I find them to be high quality individuals that are very introspective and they are very much in tune with their selves and with those around them. And I do value that an awful lot. I was reading a book the other day. It's The 7 Paths of the Anasazi Way. And it's a great book where it talks about this person who goes into the desert and they are taught by wind, water, light, animals, plants, stone, and they walk the path of we. And the idea is that, you know, do we walk in harmony with those around us? Do we walk in harmony with ourselves? Or are we in a position where we are at war with ourselves and those around us? I really do value the people that can take that time to take life as it comes and to be at peace with themselves and those around it, with those around you, because it's not easy. There's conflict everywhere, and if there's no conflict, that's kind of a problem. There should be a certain degree of conflict that we have to negotiate on a day-to-day basis, and that's fine. Conflict is inevitable. And for example, in a relationship, in a partnership, if there's no conflict at all, that's actually bad. You know, you do need a certain degree of conflict in order for things to really work well, because you have two separate people, and if one person's not speaking up and there's no conflict, it's kind of a problem. You want people to work things out. But that doesn't mean that though conflict is inevitable, that war has to take place every time. And so some of the key tenets of Buddhism, as I understand them, do encourage you to walk in harmony with those around you. And I'm all for that. Let's see. I never got into chess that much, but I love playing Go. Oh yeah, Go. The game with white stones and black stones, Tobal says. It's such a simple game in terms of rules, and yet so complex. Definitely. And playing against somebody who's smart like you, and yeah, always a fun game. I admit, very much not good at it. Yeah, seeing your thoughts for what they are, just thoughts. You are not your thoughts if you understand. Not really a religion in a traditional believe in God-like things. It's not really relevant if you believe in God or not with Buddhism. What matters is the conduct of your here and now. Take care of the present with wisdom, and the future will take care of itself. Easier said than done. You see, it doesn't matter if God exists or not. You still have to do the dishes if you take my meaning. I think that that's so wise, and I think a lot of people do ascribe to this loose sense of like karma, like we will get what's coming to us. I know karma is not in the realm of Buddhism per se, but that idea that what goes around comes around, what good things you put out into the world, you'll get back, and taking care of what has to be done today leads to good results in the long run. I think that that's always relevant. Absolutely. Every single time. We're going to make sure we can get back this time. We're going to keep the boars here. It happened. Oh my goodness, folks. Look what has happened. Okay, so let's focus on this. Green has purchased us the Ivory Tower, and now the upgraded Ivory Tower. They purchased us a level 2 Mage Guild. They have purchased us a Cloud Castle, where we now have 4 giants. And I see no reason why this arrangement should not continue. They did have to purchase us the library so that they could get the upgraded Archmagi. My word, this is lovely. Nice upgraded castle, yes. Petrel says nice, absolutely. Trenlo, hey all, how's this map turning out? Trenlo, you got here at the exact right moment. Just as a very, very quick recap here on this Decisions playthrough. Yeah, the map does kind of look like Europe. We started off in this castle. We have felt heavy pressure from the green player. They are barbarians, so of course they have this early game advantage against us. And we are to the point where yellow has been defeated, and so red and green are fighting amongst themselves, and we have more or less exiled ourselves through these stone liths to this little castle over here. And in the meanwhile, whenever green takes our castle, they have upgraded it for us many times. And you can't always plan on this, right? You can't really plan on this. And if this was a normal player, they would not let this happen. But the AI, they're going to let this happen. We're going to purchase those giants. We're going to take them with us because we just simply can't allow the enemy to get them. They're always going to stay giants. We're probably never going to upgrade them into titans. But we're going to hope that green will do us the favor and upgrade these up to the Cloud Castle. I could do it right now if I wanted to. I could do it right now if I wanted to. Is 4 Titans on Halon the Wizard with 2 attack, 1 defense. Is that enough to deal with these troops? I think so. I think so. I think that I was planning on doing 1 more week of this Lith hopping. I think that we're going to stay put. I think we're going to upgrade this Cloud Castle. I think we're going to stick with the Titans. We're going to stand and deliver. We're not going to allow the enemies to bully us any longer. And so this is where we're going to stay. My word. We're even going to upgrade these Archmagi just because they make too much sense in this context. And we're going to hope we find tons and tons of gold because we need tons and tons of gold. So currently we have no sawmill, no ore mine, no sulfur. We do have gems and crystal and mercury, and we are getting, it looks like, 4,000 gold per day because of multiple gold mines. What a good time. Folks, that is a game-breaking moment. It felt like a game-breaking moment as Dawn unfortunately goes down. Can't save her. No, I can save her. Yeah, 4 speed. Yeah, I get to save her if I want to. Third Gallant tonight with 4 attack, 4 defense. But it does. It truly does feel like a game-breaking moment now, whereas losing our castle in the first place felt like a game-breaking moment before. So there's no reason to stick around. One sprite can't do any damage. We do end up scuttling the boat. We do know that red is out here somewhere. Do we feel threatened by that? Maybe by losing this crystal, maybe if they land here, but at that point we're going to have plenty of troops in the castle of Zabran, so we're going to feel just fine. Tobal, I've always had trouble with checkers, I just don't get it. That along with Go. However, I get chess though. Yeah, people say at least with checkers, people say it's easier than chess. I wonder if it's just different means of thinking, right? Like, in the same way, I understand that I like to play games, but I have to be in the right mindset for certain games. I imagine, I don't know, but I imagine it's similar from chess to checkers to Go. Backgammon, I know that backgammon is very much like a luck-based kind of a game, and yet there's some days where, don't even try me, I can't play for the life of me. Maybe you've experienced that yourselves for certain games where some days you're sharp and shiny and some days you're just not. For me, that game gives me fits, and it's kind of weird because it's not a game that would traditionally give people a lot of trouble. But for me, yep, that does happen. I think that we've already gotten the mercenary camp, standing stones, witch doctor's hut. I think that we sally forth. I think that we're going to let Flint come in the rear, and he's going to resupply troops before we head out too far. We're going to go to here to there. So don't go too far, Halon. In fact, we'll go up the road in this direction. As we pick up gems and some of these other freebies, we are reclaiming what is ours. And green is heading north. Green thinks that they can beat us. With only 2 Titans, they might be right, but we got more coming. Look at you, Thundax. You're tough. Several Cyclopes, you're tough. I can't lose these forces. I have to stand and deliver. So let's actually do this. Let's see how many more Titans we can get. 1 more, and that's going to be it. Is that going to be enough? Let's see. Get the ghosts. Ghost mine with the Titans. That's a great call. Is it Patro? Help me understand your name, just because I got a feeling I'm going to be saying your name an awful lot. But get the ghost mine with the Titans. That's a great decision. And more important, definitely, than getting a sawmill or a sulfur mine. And every day that I wait is actually way better. Every day that I wait is way better, simply because that's going to be another little bit of gold I can get for more Titans. So we're going to do that. We're going to save these really fragile units. The Arc Magi, they should be fine. And then, since I never plan on losing this castle again, if I had some more ore, I would definitely trade for left turret, right turret. But for now, everything's going okay. We do finally pick up another sawmill. That feels excellent. Trolls everywhere. And maybe free ore? No, we might have to go through some forces there in just one moment. Let's sit here for now. On to a new day. Yeah, I get you there. Perfect example when it comes to games. I love first-person shooter games when I'm in the mood, and strategy 4X games when I'm in the mood. The FPS games require less brain power. Totally. I absolutely feel that. You come upon an abandoned gold mine. The mine appears to be haunted. Do you wish to enter? Yes, I do. And kind of one of those weird things where I look at... That's fine. Where I look at things like... CSGO. I look at games like Valorant, and it's weird how you're mixing those two genres, because you're saying, well, I don't have to think about it too hard. And I agree with that, right? Like, in a lot of ways, you're not having to think about every little decision in an FPS game. You just point and click and shoot and you're done. But then you bring these FPS games that require a lot of that, physical, just like point and click, good aiming, good mouse control type stuff games, and then you add layers of strategy on top of that. It's kind of interesting how that works, and it does work. I think that the FPS online competitive genre is clearly booming for a reason. They've done very, very well for themselves. Yeah, and I think that they've done very, very well for themselves for a reason. Mixing the strategy and just the point and click gameplay is a tried and true strategy, tried and true formula. It does a lot of good. I think that we're going to fight these pikemen. We win, but it's going to be not as fun as I would have liked. Looks like we're going to lose half the dwarves. Let's see if we can do any better. Are ghost mines like the troglodyte mines in Heroes 3? Yes, they are. So in Heroes 3, the troglodyte mines, you beat the guardians, and then you restore the mine to production, as we've seen now. And then you get to reap the rewards of an additional, in this case, 1,000 gold per day. I think in Heroes 3... I don't know why I'm fuzzy on this. You'd think I would just know. But I do believe that in Heroes 3, whoops, we've made a mistake here, that multiple types of mines can actually be restored. It doesn't always have to be a gold mine. It can be any number of mines. Gem mines, you can't do like an alchemist lab because that doesn't really haunt very well. But I do like that's one of those key strategic elements I do really enjoy in some of these different games. Interesting that you pulled off the centaurs. I like that decision. I don't know if that's your best choice, but I like that you did that. Once again, I have a cat on my lap. Aww, Lord Shadowing, I love your animals. By the way, we were mentioning that we were sharing animals on the Phixfox Hangout Discord, and I did love your animals. Your big, boofer of a dog, and your cat, getting them in the same room and having them be all sweet with each other. That is the kind of thing that the internet was created for. We invented the internet so that we could look at cats and fun, cute animals. And if you're the kind of person that doesn't like animals, that's fine. Not everybody likes animals, but around here, we sure do. So I'm all for it. This fight, we did pick up a little bit of ore. I am torn between getting a 3rd level mage guild, between getting one more titan, and between getting a left turret, right turret. I think that this is the worst decision. This might be a really good decision. What 3rd level spell could I get? And will it be better than casting a lightning bolt every single time? I think that the lightning bolt's probably sufficient. And so for that reason, I think that it makes the most sense to get an additional 300 hit points worth of titan and then just call that good. It's going to be pretty cheap anyway. 3rd level mage guild, fireball, fire blast. Well, fireball, not that good. Cold ring, there's going to be time for that later. But right now, we really just want to get the titans. Could trade for another 1,000 gold. I got a lot of sulfur. Tell you what, we're going to get the best of both worlds. Why not? Tobal says, at my workplace, I do software development. It is allowed to play video games to relax, but we can't play strategy games and the like because it drains our brain power. That is that is a really, really good policy. I think we all understand that there's people out there that will see a policy like that and they will abuse it. For example, people that have unlimited sick time, right? It's not really unlimited. It's more a matter of, hey, if you're sick, we don't want you to show up. But the problem is that sick days are generally given over the course of a couple of days or whatever, simply because there's people that will abuse it. And that sucks. But when you have a small group that you're managing, you can do good things like that. And then everybody gets to reap the benefits of being highly motivated, highly productive, and have high work satisfaction, which leads you to stay around longer, which means that they have less turnover, which means more profits in general. It's just a win-win strategy for everybody. I really feel like the problem is that when a company gets too big, you just can't do that because there's going to be enough people that take advantage of it, like those bonuses, those kickbacks, that you just can't do it anymore. It's really sad, but people tend to mess things up like that. They really do. Darn. We're going to go just like this. I don't think that they can reach us from here. I'm going to have Halon go to here. We're going to trade the troops over. Just so that way we can defeat trolls and then get the troops back in time to go back tomorrow. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay. So let's make that happen now. We've really neglected our other castle. We should probably pick up this ivory tower. It's day 5. We should probably pick that up. Any amount of magi are still going to be useful, even if we're not going to end up upgrading them a lot. The titans really are the power. They should soak up 90% of all of our gold at this current moment. And in fact, they will. But that really should be where we put all of our power because it's so useful, so valuable. They're just that good of a troop. But still, branching out a little bit couldn't be too bad for us. 640 experience. Flint now has access to that terrain to the south. Halon's going to go north. I know that we saw the green enemy run from us. They saw that the 4 titans were there and they decided that was too many. I still want to make sure that we don't get a little too excited, especially because they are doing a pretty good job, it appears, of consolidating their forces. Whether that is a new change with the updated FHeroes2 patch or not, some of the decision making on when you combine forces or not, I don't know. But I would like to see what happens here. I'd like to see if they combine all these forces into one hero or not. Several, few, several, lots. Several, horde, few, several. Packs, several, lots. And then red, if red and green don't attack each other right now, I'm going to be a little upset because you should absolutely defeat Croto. And if you're not, you're just giving him a free pass because you anticipate that I'm the biggest threat on the map. And that's not very fair. That's like when me and my brothers and sisters would play strategy games with my dad, and he was so much better at the strategy games than us that we would all end up ganging up on him. And I feel so bad because it had to have been very unfun at some point when we all just decided, okay, everybody beat dad? Yeah, everybody beats dad. But then again, now that I'm a father, I think I understand too that you play games with your kids not because you necessarily always want to have a real fun time, but because you're excited to spend time with them. Yeah, I'll have to double check with my dad and see what his thoughts are on the matter. Unfortunately, I've never asked, and I probably should have a long time ago. So, fun story. Well, no, I shouldn't tell that. Never mind. Occasionally, I have a story that pops into my head, and then I think better of it at the very last moment, and that was one of those instances. Okay, so with that being said, it's day 7. Unless you attack me now, we're going to have 3 more Titans to rock and roll with in this upcoming week, and I think that we are going to move forward in a very, very nice way, probably heading towards that pyramid in the bottom right, just to make sure that nobody else gets it. Let's see. Actually, I'm 46 now, and my reflexes are not what they once were. RTS games are also in that regard. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. I tell you what, I'm not getting my reflexes slowed. I'm quite a bit younger than you, but my reflexes aren't slowing. But I have noticed that there's some of those speed games I just don't do well at anymore, especially in the online competitive arena. So I kind of am starting to shy away from those. I would prefer to invest in games that I can stay good at for a long time. If it's just a game of who can click a button faster, first off, my internet has never been good enough to do that. And second of all, it's not going to be a long-term game that I can really enjoy. So I feel you on that whole lot. Pick up 1,000 gold from this water wheel. Another gold mine here potentially. I think it gives you a random mine. The Kaisor says, speaking about the troglodytes in Heroes 3, the troglodyte infested mines. I didn't realize that. That's very, very interesting as Croto goes down for the red player. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's one of those things where I've played a lot of Heroes Might and Magic 3, but some of those specifics are definitely escaping me because I just haven't taken the time to learn it well enough to explain it to someone else. I've played a lot of Heroes 2 with the intention of explaining as I play, and for that reason I've become more of an expert on the game than I otherwise would have if I just played casually, because you don't want to look like you don't know what you're talking about when you're trying to entertain as many people as are here. How many that is, I don't know. I try not to look at the Twitch stats in the game because, again, I don't want to have a lot of people to disappoint. So yeah, Kaiser does give you a random mine. Okay. Chris says, I always prefer turn-based or fully pausable games these days. I totally agree. I totally agree. Like, I'm busy enough and I have so many other interests that I hate not being able to just pause what I'm doing. And I don't know. I understand why online competitive games are like that, where you can't do that, but still, I'm just going to shy away and play something else that I can pause. One, Archmagi goes down due to the lightning bolt. I messed up there a little bit. Have I not cast a spell? Would the lightning bolt have been valuable for me? I don't know. We did pick up the Mass Curse and the Teleport from our 3rd level Mage Guild, by the way. That was really nice. I didn't actually check, but Teleport is really, really good, especially for the golems. That's nice. And then everything else is pretty good everywhere it's at. Boars are going to go next. Are they going to do 61 points of damage? Probably not. 4 defense, 2 attack. Probably not. Let's just plan on them doing that, though. Bonus damage, good morale, anything? Nothing. And then the enemy does run. So it's going to cost us an Archmagi. Very unfortunate to see that. But we are slowly reclaiming our territory. We're definitely going to pick up this +1. And we are not powerful enough to get into the Xanadu. We're going to have to wait on that. So we're going to go there in a little bit. So we'll come back. Well, we will be back. These trolls are totally cramping my style, by the way. Yeah, totally cramping my style. Those are these trolls. I think we're going to go through the trolls. Not these trolls, but we can go through one more pack of trolls just to get to whatever's up there. Oh yeah, did you see my dog doing a meerkat impression? I loved the dog doing the meerkat impression. That was a really cute dog too. What kind of dog was that? If you haven't seen it, the dog we're talking about is on the FHeroes, or not the FHeroes2 Discord. We're on the Phixfox Discord for that one. And it's really a cute dog. and it's on its hind legs. It's got its paws up. Again, this is the reason why the internet was created. We're going to obliterate green's presence in this side of the map. There's no time like the present to fight these fights. I feel strong. Apparently we're going to lose 4 Titans. I disagree with that. I think that there's no way we lose 4 Titans. To this? No way. No chance. No chance. If you don't have an immobilized spell like a blind or a paralyze or a berserker, the 3rd level could be good. Yeah, Trenlo, you're totally right. And I'm way behind on chat. Let me get caught up in chat because, yeah, we didn't even know which 3rd level spells it was going to be, but we did pick up the teleport and the mass curse. 2 great spells. I would have loved to have had the paralyze, honestly. Yeah, and maybe the berserker in the 4th levels. We'll see what we can get. And then Kaiser says, in Sweden, where I'm from, you can have 7 days of sick leave without question, but if it's longer than that, you need a note from a doctor to show that you're actually sick. Going back to the conversation about benefits and what it takes to make a working environment really, really nice, and some people will take advantage of it and ruin it. Yeah, and that's the kind of employer you want to work for, and you want to give them your very, very best, because I think that we've all worked a couple of bad jobs in our lives, and somebody's got to do them, and all honest work is good work. All honest work is good work. But still, that's the way that employers keep you around longer, so that way they don't have to train or anything like that. So, and it's a cross between a Jack Russell Terrier and a Lakeland Terrier. Yeah, definitely very much a terrier. 16 years old, Barney. Chris, go tell Barney I said hi. Please do, because he's very wonderful and we love him very much. 8 attack, 2 defense, 2 spell power, 1 knowledge for Thundax the Barbarian. He has no spells, really. We have 2 attack, 1 defense. He absolutely is more powerful than us when it comes down to might. But, buddy, we've got some spells. First off, we're going to cast the Mass Curse. Even if you want to dispel 1 or Unexpected Kernel Mode Trap. I have never seen that before, ever. And so usually my computer just like stops and it just goes bzzz, and it just gives out. And so I assumed it was overheating. I'm looking at this and I get the blue screen of death, Kernel Mode Trap. I don't know what that even means. As you can see, we are loaded back up into the autosave here. If you are back, please just let me know. It cut out when I cast the Mass Curse. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, we're only basically 1 day behind, only this one big fight. And so we're going to just dive right back into where we were at. I'm definitely going to cast this Mass Curse. We're definitely going to go from there. It cut out at the Mass Curse. Interesting, because I did talk for a couple of seconds after that. Very strange, but that helps me understand kind of what the issue was. Okay, yeah. If anybody knows anything about computers and unexpected kernel level trap, I would sure appreciate that, because that is something I've just never seen before. I don't see how we're going to lose this fight. I don't know how we're going to lose 4 Titans. I'm just going to assume that we're just not going to. That's my strategy. Just don't lose. I think that, funny enough, 41 Wolves is actually going to do more damage than the Cyclops now that the Cyclops are cursed. And so we're going to hit them next with these Titans. And we're going to focus on these other auxiliary troops with the Halflings and the Archmagi. I'm going to let the rocks just get in the way of these Cyclops. And again, we're going to plan on the Titans attacking Wolves. Although Wolves are going to go first in this upcoming deal. Could be RAM related from a quick Google search. Interesting. Could be a RAM related question. Huh. That's very interesting. And I don't know what to make of that. So yeah, we'll all do a little bit of research there. Any additional information I am always very, very much for. So if you guys find something out or you know anything about that kind of error, let me know. Let me know. Steel skin on the Ogre Lords. I do like that decision. I don't think it's going to save you, but I do like that decision. And I think that means that the rocks are going to take a beating in just one moment. I do want to make sure that the wolves get dead, so that way the Titans can do ranged damage. Remember that we do have the archery skill here, and so we are going to be doing bonus damage when we're at range versus when we are melee mode. And then because the Ogre Lords have wandered so far north, let's just go and stop these orcs from doing full damage here. So, interesting. Random question, chat. Who agrees with me that Phixfox is the most wholesome streamer out there? No comment. That really makes my day, though. That's I'm just saying. I appreciate that a lot. I really appreciate that. I don't know what to say about that. I'm not crying, you're crying. Whew, we're good. Okay. Focus up, Phixfox. We got games to play. We got stuff to do. In general, I don't know. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I never meant to end up being here on Twitch. I never meant to make YouTube videos. It just kind of happened. I got some really good support early on when I started trying to make videos, and I've refined my style over time, and I've been really grateful for the opportunity to do this. So the pleasure is mine to be here, and you guys just make it so fun to be here. So I appreciate everybody that's taking the time. Really, I do. You got so many things in your day that you could be doing. I'm grateful I get to spend the time with you. So thank you. Every single person here, for the insights, for the updates, for just how you're going on your life. As I've mentioned in a previous stream, some of the fun things that we say does make it to my normal everyday life. My dear sweet wife, as we do lose a Titan, she'll say, that was a weird saying. I've never heard you say that before. And I'll be like, yeah, it's because somebody said it on chat, and it made me laugh. It made me smile. So if I get to be a part of your day, just know that I'm grateful to be a part of your day. And you matter to me in my personal life as too. So thank you all. The enemy has fled. That felt dirty. The enemy fled only after they got one more hit off on me. Now, it didn't matter because we'd already lost the one Titan. That's fine. But I hate that because it feels like, I don't think that this happened, but it feels like the AI knew it was going to get the good morale on the Ogre Lords, so it took one more swipe at me knowing it would have another chance to run away. Did that actually happen? Probably not. But it looks a little suspicious. I'm just saying. What did the FHeroes2 team do? What have they cooked up in the lab for this upcoming patch? I do not know. Okay, so we pick up the slow, and that's a wonderful thing. Okay. And then Kaiser says, I am one of them, Shirley. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wholesome and Foxiest, apparently. First step would be to run Windows Memory Diagnostics to confirm if it's a misconfigured or faulty RAM. Okay. Thankfully, I'm going to have this chat here, so I don't have to make a note of that. It'll be here. And then fingers crossed for Resurrect True at the Pyramid. Absolutely, Rise. I really appreciate that. Kaiser says, I'm really glad that you're playing Heroes of Might and Magic. Not a lot of content creators that play it. And another thing is that you're very descriptive with what you're doing and what's happening, which is perfect to have in the background while doing other stuff. That has been one of the changes I've really tried to make happen. Thankfully, I've gotten some really nice feedback from a lot of people that have said, hey, what you're doing is great, but we can tweak this a little bit and make it even better, because the majority of people do prefer to just have it playing in the background, kind of like maybe a sports game or something like that. You're not glued to it. And so if I say that to the west is my enemy there, or to the east is my enemy there, that gives you some good understanding about what exactly we are coming up upon. So for in this case, we're coming up on a pack of trolls here to our very east, and this fight shouldn't be too difficult with Rialdo. I say that, and then immediately we get absolutely and completely dumpstered. Dang it. Okay, that's going to be 4, 8, 11, let's call that 16 of the trolls versus 27 of the centaurs, 23 dwarves, 8 of the iron golems, 14 of the sprites, 24 orcs. We have a lot of forces. This really might have been an ill-advised fight. We're going to haste first the dwarves and then the iron golems. We're going to try and pick off one stack of trolls at a time because of their regeneration ability. And we're going to see how good of a job we can do in making sure that this fight doesn't turn into a complete and utter failure. I don't know. This might have been Phixfox being a little too overconfident. Sprites did last for one more round than I thought that they would. That's actually pretty okay. And then we are going to kill 2 trolls that round. Again, if you spread the damage, that regeneration is going to ruin your day. I think that the haste is definitely going to be the best thing for us. These dwarves, these iron golems, they have to get in the face of these trolls. And going from 2 speed up to 4 speed is really valuable. But hitting the bad morale, that feels really bad. These sprites were still worth it, I think. But I would have loved to have had just a little bit of better morale. We did have one thing I just need to check in on. We had a new follower. That is going to be Soul Invictus 16 followed. Thank you, Soul Invictus, for the follow. Appreciate having you here. This has been a really up and down map. There's been a lot of struggle here. We're having some troubles, and so you're catching a little bit of a good one. But I think that we have turned the corner in the sense I think we've turned the corner in the sense that we've got Titans when nobody else does. Now, there is one Warlock on the map here, and it may come down to this issue where it may be Titans against Dragons in the very end, and there are a lot of reasons why Dragons win that fight over Titans. But as I've mentioned before, the longer the game goes, the higher my chances as Phixfox go in winning these fights. So glad I found your Switch. Yeah, glad I found your Twitch stream. Been binging your YouTube videos. Thank you. I'm thrilled to hear that. I've mentioned before that there's hundreds of hours probably at this point of Heroes of Might and Magic 2 content on YouTube, and that is going to be very, very good when videos are gonna go to a little bit of a crawl. I've mentioned on stream that my dear sweet wife and I are expecting our second baby. That's going to be happening sometime in December, and when that does, I'm going to attend to my fatherly duties and make sure that my dear sweet wife has everything that she needs. And so I'm going to take a little bit of a step back. That will probably look like no streaming for a little while, and that'll probably mean maybe 1, maybe 2 YouTube videos a week for some time after that. But it is going to be something that I'm planning on doing. If you're missing out on the Phixfox time, just know that there's always a ton of videos you can watch on YouTube. If you've run out of videos to watch on YouTube, I'm actually amazed, because there's a lot out there. All the campaigns for the Price of Loyalty and for the Roland and Archibald campaigns, yeah, there's an awful lot out there. So glad to have you here. Thanks so much for letting me know that the YouTube videos are binge worthy. That is excellent compliment. I appreciate that. So we do win this fight. The trolls do go down. We had 5, maybe 6 instances of poor morale. Those dwarves and those iron golems struggled so mightily just to move. It's like, come on, guys, you can do this. It's like this video of a mother duckling, like a mother duck leading all of her little ducklings through this like little waterfall area, and the ducklings are really not convinced that mom is right. They are looking out for number one. They are talking about self-preservation, and they're saying, hey, I don't know if we should follow you. I felt like the mama duckling trying to encourage my baby ducklings, like, come on, you can do it. Just 1 foot in front of the other, little dwarves, little iron golems. You're going to get there. It'll be fine. And so, for all of his wonderful fighting capabilities, Rialdo merely opened the door to disaster from Phineas the Barbarian, who has now come through and is attacking us. There's no sense in fighting this fight. Rialdo is a good hero. Is he good enough to surrender and keep? I think so. I don't think I can fight this fight any better. There's not going to be any losses. There's no need in surrendering. We're just going to bow out gracefully. On to another day, another time. I did not pay attention to how close the enemies were to our castle up here. I've been a little bit distracted with a couple other things here, and Heroxton needs a little bit of help. Heroxton has no Titans, got a pittance of troops here. Thankfully, we're not too far away with Halon, but folks, we're down to only 2 heroes at the moment. We're still struggling to exert our will over this map. We are quickly approaching the time, I think, when we're going to have probably Rialdo, who's going to be in this castle here, lead 3 to 4 Titans to clear up some of these more ragtag armies like Aragon, while our main hero Halon attacks Mandigal as he makes his way north. There is this castle of Lakeside. We don't know if they have dragons yet, but if they do get dragons, that's going to be the biggest problem. We're going to leave the barbarians for now. We're going to focus on Lakeside because we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's going to be my overarching goal, is to get down to dragons. Wherever there may be dragons, there we shall go. So that being said, Rialdo's just going to stay put. It looks like there's just a hair end of a Lith right there. I'm wondering if there's a Lith here that goes to maybe the barbarian territory there. And because of this landmass, I wonder if there's also a landmass down here. Maybe there's water and then just more, I don't know, call it more island to be had. A very interesting, very unique map to be sure. And truly beautiful to behold. We got so much gold here. And we are getting so much gold. 6,000 gold per day, more than 1 Titan's worth. I think that it was not going to hurt my heart too much to purchase all of these troops. Just to mount any kind of defense, And even if we have to go through a left turret, right turret, I'm going to upgrade this turret here now. I am going to be sad to turn over these spells, but I don't think I could stop it at this time. And we are too far away from a cloud castle over there. And so we're going to see if these defenses hold. I doubt it. Oh, never mind. Looks like the defenses held. It was at least enough of a deterrent to get Mandigal to go the other way. And now Aragon is threatening these Liths, but that's not going to stop me. I'm not going to worry too much about the Liths. We're going to be able to send Rialdo just to step on the other side. It'd be a nice little doorstop. So we got plans. We got plans here. Let's see. Mass Curse. Is that necessary against a wizard with 0 attack, 1 defense, 2 spell power, 3 knowledge against our 2 attack, 1 defense, 5 spell power, 8 knowledge hero? Probably not. The biggest and worst stack that we have to deal with is maybe either 6 Magi or even the 88 goblins. Let's just do 1 cold ring. No, it's not enough damage. Let's do 1 lightning bolt. Take out the the Magi down to 2. From 6 down to 2. Titans attack 5 of the war trolls, bring them down to nothing. We'll take out the only other ranged damage. Oh, and a meteor shower actually comes out from this enemy Mandigal. So there's a meteor shower somewhere on the map. We will keep a good close eye on that. We do lose 1 of the Arc Magi and our rocks. It's basically just playing catch and shoot at this point. Another lightning bolt goes down. That means another Arc Magi goes down. Might as well use 125 points of damage on those goblins, so that way the Arc Magi can finish off this battle. With the good luck, they shall. The enemy does not get the chance to run. And 1800 experience. Will there be artifacts? 4-leaf clover. Nice pickup. Never sad to see that. We're going to be doing enough damage anyway that then the double damage is going to be really pretty nice. I'm a big fan of Barbarians having luck, just because it's one of the best ways that you can get multiplicative damage on top of your bonus damage. We don't have a lot of bonus damage now as the wizard with only 1 attack, but with a lot of Titans, you're still going to do some bonus damage. So let's let that continue to happen. Barak probably is going to be our scout here. He does have the scouting ability, and he's got the 6-speed creatures with the gargoyles. We're not going to send him with anybody. His job is just to pick up sulfur and wood and go from there. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to take us to day 7 here in the 3rd week of month 2. This map is actually going pretty quickly. I know it's a large-sized map, but that might be a little bit of like a misnomer, because there's so much water that's covering the map that it actually feels closer to a mid-sized map than large-sized. And I kind of like that. If you look at maps like Ghost Planet, for example, the only reason why, well, I don't want to say the only reason, but one of the ways that they use the space is by using a lot of water and then using a lot of the map to just kind of create a haven up north that you can access only through some liths. And that does tend to provide some interesting tactical opportunities for you. It gives a lot of variety to the map. It's a good choice, I think. And this map feels kind of similar in that way, but the thing that kind of tends to happen then is that it does feel more like, as we lose 1 Arc Magi to these lightning bolts, my word, it does make it feel like more of a medium-sized map than a large-sized map. How much does that change what we're doing here? Not a lot. But it means it's going to be tighter quarters than we otherwise were planning on. So that's probably the reason why we felt so much pressure from the Barbarians quicker than I had anticipated, just because, hey, it's more of a medium-sized map than a large-sized map. And that can mess with your perception. This is an expert map. It was denoted as being expert, large size, impossible difficulty. With the 4 players, of course, the necromancers have gone down, but with only warlocks and barbarians left, yeah, this feels like we're going to be doing okay, because we have hit late game status. Until we see a single bone dragon or until we see a single black dragon, I'm going to assume that we have this game in hand. We just picked up 3 additional Titans here in the beginning of the new week. I am going to purchase everybody I can. I'm going to leave behind the steel golems so that way we have some defenders. Everybody else is going to get to come. And green just keeps on pouring out troops. I really want to get to Lakeside, but to cut across cracked earth and desert, maybe the best thing to do is to go to the northeast through the dirt so that we don't have the movement and terrain penalties. And then after we conquer some barbarian castles in the east, then we just go south. That feels like it's probably a viable strategy. We're going to give that the very best shot we can. There's a free gold mine here. Whoops. Probably should have got that a day or two ago. And then there's this artifact here that I totally missed. I cannot tell what the artifact is, and I'm going to mention this every time this comes up just because I'm hoping that someday the change will happen. Heroes of Might and Magic 2 with the FHeroes edition has brought a lot of nice changes. Here's one I would like to see. If I can see the artifact and I can right click on it, it should tell me artifact and then in parentheses what the artifact is. I don't think that it's a matter of skill to be able to identify an artifact. Even just giving me the name doesn't tell me what it does. Like, oh, arcane necklace, is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. But here, I don't know if it's worth going out of my way to pick up this artifact. It is a very good artifact, but I couldn't tell what it was through the trees. Maybe you could have. I don't think that my lack of visual acuity is part of the strategy in the game. Maybe you disagree with me, but that's just how I feel about it. You come upon a very old woman, long blind from cataracts and dying alone. You tend to her final needs and promise a proper burial. Grateful, she gives you a magic pendant emblazoned with a stylized eye that lets you see with your eyes closed. So we are going to be immune to the the blind spells moving forward, which feels great. Oh. I restarted my computer because my computer decided to restart whether I wanted to or not. And now it's doing every single pop-up ever. All the things I disable on start, for some reason they're deciding to say hello. So if the sound cuts out, that's what I'm doing. I'm killing pop-ups one by one by one. Hello, sir. It's Mandigal the Wizard, level 2. But this is the gentleman, I believe, that had Meteor Shower. Yep, Meteor Shower, Cold Ray, Cold Ring, Anti-Magic. So somebody has an Anti-Magic out there. It's good to know. And a Fire Blast. Kind of strange. A few times I have theorized that the AI only purchases Mage Guild levels when it has sufficient funds and when it's mostly completed building its structural buildings, its dwellings and such. Maybe occasionally they get a level 1 Mage Guild or a level 2 Mage Guild, but they don't really progress past that until they've got at least one of each of their dwellings, right? 1 through 6. And so if I'm seeing Meteor Shower, Fire Blast, I'm guessing what that tells me then is probably the AI has a castle somewhere, probably Lakeside, but I can't guarantee that. Probably definitely the Barbarians, where they have a Mage Guild that's level 4 plus. Good plan, bad plan, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. But it's a possibility anyway. Steeson says, oh, you're still on. 10 p.m. in Denmark now, sleeping on the couch tonight. Although I could see what's on Phixfox News tonight. Steeson, how you doing, sir? You spent time with your family. I appreciated you checking in at the very beginning of the stream. We are still going here. We had a little bit of an issue with the computer, but we're back. You had a nice time with family, I hope? Hope that everyone's doing good. If you're saying you're sleeping on the couch, that doesn't have to mean that you're in trouble with your dear sweet wife. Sometimes you just find the couch to be a little bit nicer. There's nothing wrong with that, and hopefully she doesn't hold that against you. Phineas the Barbarian here, by the way. 4 attack, 6 defense, 2 power, 2 knowledge, great morale, normal luck. We do have the 3 attack now and the 1 defense. We're still better in spells, but we only have 9 out of our 80 spell points left. The curse could have been good, I think, in these small amounts of forces, though. I think I'd rather just kill where I can. I don't think that we have to overthink this fight. I think we can just put strength on strength, and we should win with no problem. I will put the rocks in a little bit of harm's way against these trolls, as I did with the boars, although I totally didn't mean to do that. And then the enemy will flee. So Phineas does have some artifacts, I'm pretty sure, because he has run every time he's had the opportunity, and they really only do that. The AI really only does that if they are concerned about giving me over something nice. So we will wait and see. Gotta tell you, very, very nice that we have not felt any pressure from the north. In this area, we saw that hero Croto. Maybe it wasn't Croto, maybe it was somebody else. They had defeated Rialdo once. It looks like now they're finally going to be slowly coming this way, but I have not felt a lot of pressure from the back door, and that's felt nice. Because if I had to fight a war on 2 fronts, I'd really be having a real bad time. So Pretty happy with that. I still think I want Rialdo to defend the north. But I'm aware that I do have Mandigal that I could purchase. I just don't know if the Meteor Shower is going to be that valuable. Maybe it will be. Maybe I'm underestimating how important that spell could be for us. Otherwise, we've more or less picked up all these freebies. I think I'm just going to have Flint help in the north, picking up mines and things so that way Halon can be an intercontinental ballistic missile and just shoot straight for his target without having to deviate to the left or to the right for artifacts, adventure map objects, whatever it might be. Because while we haven't seen bone dragons or black dragons, I recognize that it could happen at any point, and if it does, we're feeling pretty bad. Red is congregating towards the center of the map, and we do see, here it is, folks, big moment. Falagar has several black dragons. Several black dragons. We currently have, a pack is 9, we currently have a pack of Titans, but Falagar has several black dragons. Now, I'm guessing he's not their main hero. I'm guessing it's going to be probably Sir Gallant. I would really prefer that the black dragons go on to a sorceress or a wizard, a magic user of some kind. You put black dragons on a might-based hero, I'm having a real bad time. Even though Halon's not a terrible hero, he does not have the attack skill and the defense skill to really make the best use of these Titans, and it feels like it's too late for me to pivot into a might-based hero. So for that reason, maybe we need to fight while we have the troop advantage, knowing that Sir Gallant is going to be pretty tough. Unfortunately, we're already so far in this direction. I'm going to continue to head over here. Maybe it's going to be Barak wasting somebody else's time. He's not going to even step aside for the Alchemist Lab. He's just going to run as far as he can. Maybe again to try and get someone else to chase him. And I wish I knew where this road led. Is there a castle to the north? Is there a castle to the south? Probably both. But to the south is where I really want to go. Thankfully, there's a castle right here that we found. I really wanted to go down here. I just realized, folks, look at this. This is potentially the only land bridge. I might have made a mistake. We might have to take the time to stop, secure this area, and then head back out, because it does not look like there's going to be a land bridge from here to here. And my lack of scouting has actually cost me some tactical advantages there. That feels a little bit bad. A little bit bad. Okay. Well, let's take Timber Hill. We'll fight that fight. We'll go from there. Okay. Let's see. So, Steeson says, I am catching up on my lack of sleep. My ADHD makes me very alert and sensitive to my daughter's sounds and moves during the night, so the couch is more quiet and comfy these days. I appreciate that, and I'm grateful that your family is like, oh yeah, let's make sure Dad is having a nice relaxing time, especially with the work that you're doing right now. It can get a little bit stressful. It's very, very nice that you're able to get caught up on your sleep. Defense skill +1, lovely. Logistics, excellent, excellent. I don't know what to pick here. This is a hero that still has 2 more slots left open. I think we're going to take the Ballistics. I think that we've seen at least one magic well somewhere on the map, so we're going to take the Ballistics. That is still going to be useful for some of these maps, some of these forces that we have to defeat. We'll go from there. We do pick up the Meteor Shower and the Fire Blast, which is great, and Summon Boat. Summon Boat actually might be the real prize in this Mage Guild here. We're not going to stick around for spell points. I'm going to hope, as Barak continues to lead everyone on a wild goose chase, I'm going to hope that Flint can actually run right past Thundax and maybe waste enough movement points that Halon can go out of his way, defeat Thundax, and then carry on up the road. But very quickly, this might be a blue on red type of scenario. I think that I might have squashed green far enough that they're going to be losing some real advantages. No troops to purchase here. I hope that Thundax doesn't come back and grab Timber Hill. We will see. Flint goes down to the north, and Rialdo does need to defend that northern castle. He should have plenty of troops. Let's watch him do that in just a moment. Enemy has fled. I'm going to assume I can't prevent this. I do have the Meteor Shower now, though, so maybe. 15 points. I don't have the Meteor Shower because I don't have enough spells. 50 spell or 50 damage. from the 1. I think it's going to be a lightning bolt. There, and gone. Yep. Nothing else we could have done about that. I will defeat these trolls very, very quickly. Their experience, and then somebody else can come back through there. And look at this. Okay, we need to buy another hero today. It's going to be Mandigal. Mandigal needs to do some exploring here as Halon heads back towards the center of the map. I would have done things a little bit differently. It's going to be 2 heroes, one to the south, one to the north. I would have done things a little bit differently if the red enemies had gone towards the center of the map, towards my wizard castle. They did not, and so because they did not, I don't feel so bad about spending some time here. All the same, now that I know that this Lith is just going to go to right about here, we just have to defeat Croto. That's very doable. Let's go back and let's let our other heroes mess with whatever's right here. In fact, can Rialdo reach? No, he cannot. But he does not need to be a doorstop at this time. The enemy has not spotted us yet. And so because they haven't spotted us, let's go to maybe right about here. Yeah, they'll walk down the road, they'll see the castle, they'll see us, and then they'll turn around. Let's see how far down they go. Let's see how much vision Croto with at least basic scouting can see. Because if he turns around now and he can see this far, that means that the AI still has some advantages. I hope that they don't. I've been told that they've had that removed. We'll see. That's going to be a little bit of a science experiment in just 1 second. And the wild goose chase continues. Barak is the fastest man alive. My word. Just hanging out, having a good time. Scouting, he's already got that. No need for that. And let's just see what happens from here as I get caught up on chat. Aha! That's how far he got. That's how far Green got. And that's actually really, really good for our information. So if you didn't catch that, Croto got to right about here. Right about here. And then he saw us and he turned around. That is about the range with scouting I would expect for a hero to have, and that changes the game massively. If you wonder why FHeroes2 instead of the original Heroes of Might and Magic 2, the AI is not omniscient, and so it plays better. It plays fair, which I value a lot. And I mean, the FHeroes2 team is super good, super responsive. They're awesome. Huge fans of them. And in general, like, the quality of life changes for FHeroes2. They hit the spot every single time. We're still not going to be able to reach Croto, but we're going to travel by road so that wherever he goes, he is going to get stopped. And we're feeling pretty good about that. Okay. Lots of good stuff. I did not mean to actually do this, but since we're this far, we're going to pick up some experience. Upon your approach, the tree opens its eyes in delight. Ah, an adventurer, allow me to teach you a little of what I've learned over the ages. I shall do so. And it's going to be the expert archery. Our titans are going to get hit harder than ever. Okay, back to chat. If you have PC trouble, I'm a tech supporter, although I can only fix your issues with shipments through carrier transports. So, having trouble with caravans. The Heroes of Might and Magic 4 caravans. Hero chaining, perhaps. Ballistics is what Season says we should have picked. And I think we did. Could you do some challenges someday, like female units only? Like the sorceresses? Is that your plan, sir? Only turn-based spells allowed, only level 1, 3, and 5 creatures, or only level 2, 4, 6 creatures, etc. There is a spot in the Phixfox Discord for requests. So if anyone has a request for a specific challenge like that, please feel more than free to let me know what you would be interested in seeing. I cannot guarantee I can get to all of the possible challenges all the time, but there's a lot of smart people out there with some really unique ideas, and I would love to accommodate you wherever I possibly can. You are the reason I run, so let me know what you would like to see, and I'm always happy to see if I can make that happen. Barak has once again found himself in a little bit of a tough spot, but we do pick up this second obelisk. And maybe, since we've explored a lot of this map, maybe now we're going to find what we've been looking for. Alchemist Lab? Wagon for the rogues? I think I know where that is, actually. No, not here. There's got to be a different set of rogues somewhere. It's got to be more to the south. Perhaps in this area? I don't know. But we're looking for an alchemist lab. I don't think that we have view mines. Let's just check real quick. If we have view mines, we're going to find all the alchemist labs real quick, and we're going to see if we can find where the ultimate artifact should be. There's an alchemist lab here, but no wagon there. Alchemist lab here, no wagon there. Nothing there. Here and here? No. Mercury. There's Mercury all the way to the south. I'm guessing it's this one right here. There's this alchemist lab right here. I think we saw an enemy a long time ago, like in week 1 or week 2, who came north with a lot of rogues. I'm guessing that it's down here. That's probably where the ultimate artifact is. That means it probably won't play too much into our gameplay this playthrough. Let's defeat our enemy, Croto, and go from there. Glorious victory, 700 experience, no losses. That puts an end to that threat. That's the end of that chapter. Let's see. I wonder if a vampire's only challenge would be possible for Halloween. Rise to Ruin. I love that idea. So Steeson with the great idea of a potential challenge for Phixfox and Rise to Ruin. I like that idea for vampires. Yeah, like holiday themed type stuff. Yeah, I'd be definitely down to do that. Help me figure out which map would be best for something like that, and we'll totally do it. I know that we have the map editor for FHeroes2. If somebody wants to make a map for me to play with those specific parameters, I'm always happy to do that too. So I know that takes a lot of work, but if you want to, I'm down. Barak is a madman. Look at this. I'm wasting so much time. This is incredible. Okay, and we're gonna go down the road here. I don't think they're ever gonna catch me. I think with these 6-speed gargoyles, these guys are never gonna catch me. That is the most wonderful thing I've seen in a long time. Huh. Awesome. Let's see. Have you tried blowing out the vents, fans, etc. with Candair? I have. And Lord Shadowwing, I determined in this last time that my computer had an issue. It's actually, I've thought it was overheating. I don't think it is anymore because I got an error message before my computer shut off. It did the same thing it always does, but this time there was an error message attached that indicated that maybe there's something more sinister afoot. Unexpected kernel mode trap. And so some people have given me some advice on ways I can look at troubleshooting that. I wonder if there's one of the emulators I've downloaded or if there's some issue where somebody has gotten some degree of access to my computer and my computer recognizes that it's a problem and it's trying to shut it down. Windows 11, I never thought I'd say this, but good job. Let's see. These two heroes are kind of extra. Let's send them up this north way, at least one of them, just to see what's over here. Obelisk, gems, great. No problems there. And we did end up securing this area here. Now, knowing what I know, I like that decision. I don't know where green is, but they're definitely not in this upper quadrant. Maybe there's another castle up here. Maybe green is actually not as far away from being defeated as I would have questioned. So, possibilities. Speaking of which, I think that answers my question. That must be green in the upper right corner. I think that Rialdo is going to go pay them a visit in just a moment. Yes, Rialdo is going to pick up this gold mine because it's right there. And then he's going to do his very, very best to end that threat before anything else happens. Female creatures, rangers, trolls, fairies, druids, okay, skeletons. So it wouldn't all have to be from the sorceress faction. I erroneously said that maybe that would be the best way of doing it because they have more females. Probably be the best faction to use though, wouldn't it? Like if you had to start a game from scratch. Because, I mean, they definitely have the most females. There's no guarantee. I don't know if druids are male or female. Elves are definitely male, but you got sprites. You could argue maybe the unicorns, maybe the phoenixes. Hard to say. Hard to say. But yeah, the Sorcy gals, as it were. Because of course, you couldn't have Halon the wizard. He's definitely a male. You would definitely need a sorceress, or you would need someone like, I don't know, Charity, Jezebel. Yeah, female only run. I could see that being very, very fun and very, very possible. So we'll take a look. Let's see. Kaizor, think you would play custom maps for Heroes 3? I love making maps. I would love to give that a try. I don't think I'm going to do that on stream. I'm probably going to plan on doing some amount of streaming with Heroes 3 in the future, but it's definitely not going to be until after Baby in December. So just so you're aware, I'm happy to do Heroes 3 on stream. I'm very happy to do Heroes 3 in a video anytime. So if you want to make a map for me for Heroes 3, I'm very happy to play it. It just won't be on stream. And that might remove some of the luster, in your opinion, especially if you get to be there as I'm playing and I get to bounce ideas off of you. Like, did you do this on purpose? You're like, yes, I did. I did create the Scorpicores that would pop out of the bush and kill you. You're right, I did do that on purpose. I'll be like, oh, you. You got me. So anyway. But yeah, definitely have to play anytime. Let's see. We are making our way slowly down to Lakeside. Maybe there's another Warlock Castle, but I'm operating under the theory that that is the Warlock Castle that we need to defeat to take out dragons. We're gonna make sure that there are at least some defenders here in Timber Hill. These actually might be enough defenders to deal with the enemies that are coming quickly from the north. In fact, I think it will be. So let's just bring these gentlemen down. I say gentlemen, there was also definitely some war trolls there. We can't reach Phineas. Sabu probably can, though. Let's just see if we can end the threat now. And if I'm wrong, so be it. But we're going to give this a shot. Because these troops are just much better. Just higher quality. And then whatever's left up here, whether it's Rialdo or whether it is Sabu, we should be able to take them out with no problems. Barak got away. He made it to the south. He made it to the sea. And he's safe. Okay. I'm for it. Way to go. He is going to be legendary as the guy that ran so fast and couldn't be stopped. Kind of like that guy in World War II that was shot down behind enemy lines, and basically the military gave them meth, and he took this meth and just ran for days. Yeah, that's pretty much how Barak was for the last little bit. So pretty happy to see that he's alive. Good job, Barak. Let's see. Rise to Ruin, Ghosts 2. Yeah, for the all-female run, that would actually be a really, really perfect decision there, wouldn't it be? Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Caster of the Warlock, 1 attack, 0 defense, 6 spell power. Let's just kind of see how this fight goes from here. And then Ghosts, abandoned challenge requested. Yeah, definitely. And then let's see. Yeah, that sounds like a time for a new machine. Preferably Linux powered. Have a look at System 76. Their customer support is phenomenal. I know nothing about Linux except it has an excellent reputation. And so with that being said, I'm happy to take a look. I know I'm very, very comfortable with Windows machines, but I don't know. I like privacy. I really do. I prefer my privacy. I prefer your privacy. Which, while I'm thinking about it, folks, it happened. Somebody went to the PayPal and they actually did a donation. I got my very first donation from Glutalicious. So Glutalicious, if you can hear the sound of my voice, thank you so much. Part of the reason why we're using PayPal instead of other things is that I didn't like the limited privacy for folks that did want to donate some amount. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Your privacy matters to me. And we actually got somebody to try it out. So I just wanted to shout that out on stream. I appreciate very, very much the time and the energy. I don't do this for donations. I don't do this for anything other than the fact that we love to play this game. But hey, if I need a new computer anytime soon, at least I know that I've got an option now. We are closer to that new computer than we've ever been before. And that feels pretty good. Again, we're gonna see who gets here first. Let's just grab this obelisk for now. And there's only one more obelisk on the map. Where is this? Oh, folks, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. The sea chest is gone. We mentioned how the sea chest is a really bad sort of, what do you call it? Landmark, because it can be picked up. And it has been picked up, and that's now reflected in the map. I did not know that that's how that worked. That's interesting. I've learned something new today, and I love it. I love it. Hey, let's see. Someday you're going to play our homemade maps from the awesome FHeroes2 map editor. You know what? I think we're to the point where I need to start working on those. The FHeroes2 Discord has tons and tons of wonderful map makers, people that have spent a ton of hard-earned time, free time, to put together wonderful maps for our enjoyment. I am very, very much looking forward to doing those maps soon. And I'm never going to run out of maps. I'm never going to run out of maps, I don't think. But especially if I can start getting some of those other projects, I'd love to shout people out as we play some of their own designs. Because again, there's some really good map makers out there, and I want to see what you got. I want to make it happen. Rialdo is still going to continue north. Sabu, is this going to be the end of green? I think this is. Glorious victory. We're going to accept these losses. And green player has been vanquished. So we did not get the honor and the joy of defeating yellow, but we did take our fate into our own hands, and we defeated our green enemy. And we get a sorceress castle for our troubles. I will get ourselves up to the phoenixes, even if I just buy the red tower and I forget about it. That means that phoenixes are going to accrue slowly over time, and that later might be the difference between winning and losing, which I'm very, very much for. Okay, I was right. There are some land masses to the south. I'm still sailing around here, but that's interesting to me. Everyone has a little island of their own, and I do like that. I think that's good map design, so I'm excited to see that. And, oh, I hope that there's nobody nearby. I haven't been paying too much attention to the enemy's movements here because I've been trying to catch up on chat, but... Okay, so somebody's chasing Barak. There's 2 more enemies in the water. There's 1, 2, 3? Wherever this guy went. 3 enemies in the water, so maybe 2. Maybe this was the 3rd enemy, Falagar. But the main power for red is currently in the water. They are not ready to attack me. I'm just fine with that. I will take this castle before I come over here. It's day 7, so I'm not going to be able to get here on day 1. And otherwise, let's head back the long way so we can get troops to the front. And Barak is going to waste time like he has before. Is this it? We found it. Alchemist Lab. Rogues. And I messed up. I thought that this looked like lava terrain. Maybe my monitor's a little bit messed up or something, but this is grass. I completely misread the terrain there. But folks, I think that the ultimate artifact is somewhere right in here. If I had to guess, it's right in there. Will we get the opportunity to once again do a first try success on digging for the ultimate artifact? Maybe. We will have to wait and see. Okay. It's known issue with Windows 9, 10, 11, and 95% of the time is because of a corrupted, damaged, or improperly installed or overclocked RAM. I wouldn't worry about anyone having access to your computer from that error anyway. That makes me feel really, really good. I appreciate that. Yeah, you can tell how little I know about computers when I'm like looking over my shoulder being like, are you stealing my password? Because, I don't know. For all I know, computers are basically magic, right? So if computers are magic, I don't know how they work. I just know that they do work. And then, you know, maybe they're magic, maybe they're not. Maybe somebody has access to it, and maybe they don't. Is someone else looking through the Palantir? I don't know. Steeson says, Foxwife, the Phixfox man, a new PC for Christmas, will ya? That's very sweet. Every little bit of extra that I have is definitely going to go instead to new baby. I've already started buying things like formula that's gonna be shelf stable for several months, things like that. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope you can tell that I'm excited because baby number 1 was really, really tough, but really, really good for me as a person. Baby number 2, I can't quite imagine what it's gonna be like when there's not 2 parents to 1 child. I hear that after baby 3, it doesn't matter because you're basically, you know, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but you're definitely already outnumbered. And so baby 3, 4, and beyond, who cares? But baby number 1, tough. Baby number 2, tough. Baby number 3, oh my gosh. After that, what's one more kid? We've got 5 castles here now. We are bringing in, it looks like, over 10,000 gold a day. We do have 1 of each mine finally. We just have to defeat our enemies to the south, and it looks like here, Falagar with his 7 black dragons is the main force. I'm guessing that this is another 3 dragons. That's going to be 10 black dragons we're going to have to deal with against our 5 attack, 2 defense hero with our 12 titans. But so long as this is Falagar and not Sir Gallant, I think that we are going to win. We're going to defeat this territory because why not? And then we're going to come back. And so long as it's not Sir Gallant that we have to fight, I think we're going to be just fine. Folks, this feels like we're on the right track. Let me know if you think that Phixfox is crazy. But I think that we're on the right track for this. Sir Gallant has landed up to the north. and not worried about his army at all. Before I forget, let's make sure that we at least purchase some defenders here. If for no other reason than to keep them from our enemies, one Titan goes down, I think we can do much better, but the 4,600 experience is going to be really, really nice. The Kaiser says, I will probably add a lot of events. Yes, I love the events because the events are like little little nuggets of wisdom and story. They're really one of my favorite things, so please do. I like to make story-heavy maps instead of just beat the enemy kind of maps. Yeah, you're preaching to the choir. You are singing the song that I like to sing too. So I'm very, very much for it. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to that map as soon as possible. And there was a question not too long ago in the FHeroes2, in the Phixfox Discord. They had asked if I accept all levels of play for the Phixfox Shoutcast series, and the answer is absolutely yes. If you ever want to be featured on the Phixfox Shoutcast, just remember that I'm looking for submissions that are less than 3 hours, because there comes a point where my poor voice just kind of gives out. I'm good, but I'm not great. And so we got to make sure that it's under 3 hours, but I accept expert to beginner level play, because the point of Phixfox Shoutcast is not to point and laugh at people. The point of Phixfox Shoutcast is to provide commentary, feedback, and ultimately it gives me the opportunity to hype you up. And so, just in case you're ever interested in being featured in Phixfox Shoutcast, you can send me an email to therealphixfox@gmail.com, or you can get a hold of me on the Phixfox Discord. Whatever works best for you. I just want to see you play, and I want to see you have a really, really nice time. The Phixfox Shoutcast series is one of my very favorites. I know it doesn't get a lot of traction. I know that not everybody loves it, but I love it. And so I love it very, very much, and I hope I get the opportunity to see everybody play. And really, I do want to hype everybody up. So let's see. Steeson says, I was working on a map based on mind spells only. One specifically made for Phixfox. So the Hypnotize S tier spell after the map is completed. Yes. I remember that we were talking about that, because unfortunately it is the Hypnotize spell that gets a little bit of a bad rep. It's not a great spell. For a 5th level spell, I can think of several 2nd and 3rd and 4th level spells I would rather have than the Hypnotize. And so Steeson is setting out to make sure that Hypnotize is widely regarded as being a high quality, critically important, game-changing spell. And I think he's going to make a map that's going to make sure that no one can deny the value of the Hypnotize. I'm looking forward to it. So, excellent. Trenlow says, that's a neat landmark on the island, a dormant volcano. Source, this is the spot. Yes, I'm so far behind on chat that he is noticing that this is where the UA is, the ultimate artifact. This is the spot. And so, yep, Alchemist Lab, Wagon Camp, and this volcano. What I didn't notice the volcano the first time. I did not notice it, but now I have. Now that you've pointed it out, that does look pretty good. Oh no. That's not good. We mentioned that we didn't want a barbarian hero leading those black dragons. Phineas is our defeated foe from green, and now Phineas is leading the charge. We're going to pick up a 5th level spell, but that fight just got a whole lot tougher. We do have Sir Gallant kind of coming to the center. These troops right now, I'm just trying to play defense and ultimately set up a hero chain so I can get troops to the front. Well, let's see what the enemy does here. I do have to pay attention for just one moment. Okay, so red lands right next to my forces there. We're getting trapped. And so danger here. We're going to hop in the boat. I just don't want your boats to be around. What? You have 2 groups of several. That changes things a lot. There's 2 groups of several dragons. If they combine, we're really having a bad time. We can't allow that to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. Let's see. Did the FHeroes2 change how the puzzle map works? So now it works like the one in Heroes 4? I think it always worked like that. Maybe are you mentioning like with the treasure chest leaving? Was that a feature of Heroes 4? I don't remember, but that would make sense. That would make sense if that was a change. Rise to Ruin, oh, I meant to apologize. You always reply to my comments, and I never reply to yours. I actually did end up playing part of your video for one of my groups, unedited. It was very well received and talked about. It was also hilarious when you'd be discussing a deep topic and then say, oh, green dragons. I appreciate that, Rise to Ruin. That would have been in the... Which playthrough was that? Slayer's Legacy. That's where that clip was pulled from. It was the Slayer's Legacy map, and it was a really good story map, and we had a lot of time just to discuss everything. And so, yeah, I'm very glad that you got to use my thoughts on addiction and such. I'm glad it was useful for other people, because as I mentioned to you before, I am back in the field of helping people, although it is a little bit different. And interestingly enough, I'm back to working with kids, working with youth, and that is truly where my heart is. And so it's a good change. I'm happy to be here. It's gonna be good. So I'm glad that, you know, those conversations on stream or on those videos actually were pretty useful, just to kind of get my juices flowing as I got back into the swing of things. So no need to apologize for not getting back to me. Hey, I appreciate it. So thank you. Steeson says, number 2, easy, even easier than the first one, but less sleep for you, for losers. This is with additional babies, 1 to 2 and more. Can't skip turns. You're stuck for ages during certain periods, but know that one day of the week, day 1 of the week will come. I promise. Yeah. Yeah. Even if have no sleep for the rest of my life, my kid right now is worth it. I can't wait to meet the new kid. Tobel says, yeah, I sent one submission not long ago. I hope you got it. I'll have to double check. I don't know if you sent that Phixfox submission to the Discord or if you sent it to the Gmail. I honestly don't check the Gmail that often. I will check that today or tomorrow. Probably today. I'll check it today and see if I can get that submission, because I'm looking forward to it. I'd love to do that. Rise to Ruin, the Kaiser's idea for events: add a message in a bottle stating the hidden artifact is in the northeast corner. Put the artifact in the southwest corner, guarded by trolls. Guarded by trolls is perfect. Flawless idea. Now, unfortunately, I know that. And so if that happens, I'm going to catch on a lot quicker than I otherwise would have. So, we'll see about that. And so Kaiser is taking that under advisement. Steeson says, hide it behind a paywall barrier. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to hide. The baby, hide the sleep. I'm not sure. And then Kaiser, I need to head off now, but it's been really fun hanging out and watching Heroes 2. Brought back a lot of memories. One last question. What is your favorite faction in Heroes 3? So I know which faction in the map the map should be about. Kaiser, hopefully I'm only getting to you this late. Favorite faction in Heroes 3, Fortress. I'm a big Tazar fan. The armor speciality. I know that the swamps are not everybody's favorite place to be in Rome, but I sure do enjoy. Oh, good, you're still here. But I do sure enjoy the Fortress faction. So there you have it. There you go. You stay put, Kazor. Watch your eyes closed. I can't abandon our guy. Don't worry. We are getting to the point where this map is almost over. So it doesn't hurt my feelings when people say, yep, we've seen the big struggle and now we're getting to the end. Folks, this pyramid, by the way, we've been stuck here for a moment. We did pick up Dimension Door. We do not use Dimension Door unless the enemies use Dimension Door. And so good pyramid, not great. Good pyramid, not great. And at this point, if I lose this scenario, when Dimension Door could have saved me, then so be it. I would rather lose and stick to that bit of challenge than anything. So that's what we're going to do there. Jezebel is probably just going to duck into this boat. I don't think she can outrun. Okay, 2-speed creatures, 4-speed creatures. I don't know. Maybe we can outrun Falagar. No, because we're going to go up north, and then he's going to be able to get to here and then attack us on the diagonal. It's just better for me to sink their boat. And they're just going to have to struggle with the boat. So, Croxton, there we go. And then on to a new day. Let's see what happens here. Oh no! But yeah, I really need to track down Phineas, because if he gets those dragons to the front, I'm having a real bad time. Is that him? No. We do have bone dragons now. Let's get the means of production. Let's pick up 3 black dragons by the beginning of next week. We do see Lakeside here with Phineas. He does have a pack of the black dragons now. So even that number is growing. Sir Gallant, I think that Sabu is actually a pretty good hero. Let's just back off. Red has not explored my territory up here so much, so they don't really know where to go to get me, but I don't want them to head north, so let's not give them any advantages. Let's not give them the encouragement to head up north. If they pick up this observation tower, though, we're going to be in a real bad time. So let's watch out for that. But we are closing in on Lakeside. Day 6. We're going to pick up 1,000 gold. We'll pick up standing stones later, but that's not really what's going to win me this fight. Spells are not going to win me this fight. Glorious victory. It says we're going to lose 9 titans. The value of attack skill and defense skill from a barbarian is super good. I don't love this fight, but this is a must-have. This is one of the places that we have to make our stand. 4 attack, 6 defense, 2 spell power, 2 knowledge, blood morale. The blood morale is actually going to be a little bit of a problem. And then normal luck. Okay, let's fight this fight. Halon the Wizard has 5 attack, 2 defense, 6 spell power, 10 knowledge, great morale, Irish luck, 76 of our spell points left. Things like the Mass Curse, not really going to be useful because the dragons really are the power here. 14 Hydras, 15 of the Minotaur Kings, 29 of the Gargoyles, 19 of the Griffins. Probably this first round of spells is going to be maybe the best thing for us. Maybe we do want to cast the Mass Curse. Because what I'm anticipating is that this teleport is going to be really, really useful. We do have the expert archery, and so teleporting the Titans out of range of someone so we can do full damage and then some is actually going to be pretty useful. So the teleport might be our best spell from here on out. And if that's the case, then maybe we do the Mass Curse now just to prevent some problems with these other enemies. We could always do an anti-magic. Not so valuable. We don't have enough spell points to make the cure strategy work. Disrupting Ray. We do have Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer on Titans against dragons. That's going to be pretty useful. That might be the best thing that we go for there. Okay. Kazor says, or Kaiser, excuse me. I love the Fortress Castle with the Blood Obelisk and all that. Have a great evening, everyone. Everybody's saying take care. Trump would have used the Dimension Door. Sorry, got to stick to Heroes Talk. Had to step away from it a bit. Trenlow, I did not find the ultimate artifact. And Rise to Ruin says Meteor Shower for the birds. Like right here. I do think that there's some value there. With only 6 defense, so 20 defense there and 20 attack skill, an additional 6 attack skill against just the dragons actually could be pretty useful. I'm inclined to say Dragon Slayer now because I don't really care about the birds. I don't really care about these other creatures. I do care about the dragons. I'm going to use the Dragon Slayer just for the bonus and the attack skill because that's going to be a lot of bonus damage that we otherwise would not have gotten. So we're going to kill 1 to 2 of these black dragons here. We do kill 2 and we get the good morale and immediately I'm vindicated. Let's kill 2 to 3 more. We end up killing 2 more. Massive, absolutely massive. That was a critical turn right there. That was wonderful. We are going to be able to cure the curse in this upcoming fight, but we've already gotten the damage off. That little bit of damage alone might have already been the game changer. We do have 1 Titan go down. Dragons are going to retaliate. I don't want them to retaliate. We're going to do the trick where we step right on the gate. That's going to keep the Minotaur Kings and the Hydras at home. I just don't want to have to deal with them. Not now. Later, yes. Now, no. I messed up. I forgot that we were not attacking the black dragons when I just lost 10 rocks there. Whoops. My bad. And let's just continue to focus on the dragons. Now here's the question. Do we get rid of the curse or do we teleport so we can do the extra damage? I think that the curse means that the teleport maneuver is not nearly so valuable. And so I think I'd rather have either the steel skin or the curse removed. 84 hit points. Again, the cure is only going to do 30 hit points worth of healing. I'm going to go with the steel skin here. I think that there's going to be enough damage in general that the steel skin is going to pay off for itself fairly quickly. 1 Titan does go down. Even if it saves me just 1 more Titan, I'll feel pretty good about that. So we're still at 10 Titans with 110 hit points left. Down to 3 black dragons. We're going to kill 1 more here. We're going to go down to 2 black dragons. The morale is wonderful. We're going to kill most of these griffins here, and so that way some of these other troops can get into the fight there. Minotaur Kings are a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can reach the halflings or the Archmagi unless we set the boars right here, right in front of them. And then 8 griffins. Let's see if the rocks can handle them along with the along with these halflings. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe one of the biggest issues with this fight for our enemy is that these Hydras are 2-speed, and so our Titans are always going to get to go first. I think that's actually been a little bit of a problem for them, and if I was them, I'd be feeling real sad about that. Hydras are a good unit, but clearly they are causing themselves some issues. 334 hit points. We're going to do anywhere between 300 to 450. I'm not going to need to do any kind of damage amp. I'm going to assume I'm going to do plenty of damage here. Let's instead blind the Minotaurs with 10 spell points left. I'm guessing that their next spell is going to be anti-magic or a dispel, unless, what about I just take care of that for you? And then the Hydras are going to be really slow getting out. Yeah, that feels pretty good. So So 10 down to 5, down to 0, down to 2 anyway. Yeah, if the enemy could run, I think that they would like to. We definitely do not give them the opportunity. They get nothing easy here. And this fight where the AI said that we were going to lose tons of forces is going to go so much better for us. It indicated we were going to lose like what, 7 of the Titans more? Yeah, no, we're doing much better here. 3 Titans going down. I don't love it. I've seen worse. But 3 Titans for 11 Black Dragons, that is worth my time. I'm guessing we're not going to pick up any artifacts, but if we do, that's just a bonus. We do not, and that's okay. Here's a good question for you as we get caught back up on chat. The 11 dragons is a lot, and then the Titans are on fire rise. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You get the Dragon Slayer and then the good morale to give you 2 shots with that Dragon Slayer. That changed the fight. That was at least worth, I think, 2 Titans. Yeah, I think that over the course of the fight, I think that was the difference between 600 damage and not. And so I think that definitely saved us 2 Titans there with them getting the good morale, the good luck. Yeah, excellent. Steeson saying, I wish we had guaranteed luck or morale spells like the ones in Heroes 4. That'd be interesting. It'd be very interesting. Forgot to use the Hypnotize. I don't think I have Hypnotize. If I had it, maybe I would consider it. +1 on the defense. Logistics is good all the time. Pathfinding is good over this really bad terrain. I think that there's enough roads on this map that the logistics makes more sense than the pathfinding. I'm thrilled for the pathfinding, but I think that there's enough roads here that the logistics is going to be better in general. Let's step in. It's day 6. We're going to end up waiting here for 2 turns. Let's actually get this Mage Guild fully operational. So level 3, Mass Haste, super nice. Anti-magic, happy to have it. And then hopefully a nice 4th level spell, hopefully a nice 5th level spell. I'm just too far away from my Castle of Karoxen, even though I could make great use of the library. It's still a little bit too far away. Don't worry, I'm making great use of my local library right now. There was a guy during that fight. He came by and he glared daggers at me because I've been here for like, what, 3 hours? Whoops, should have got here earlier, buddy. I hate to say it, I really do, but it's first come, first serve, and there's some times where I've either had to wait on stream or, you know, whatever, just because there hasn't been a room available. Well, you gotta wait if it's not your turn. So I feel bad, I really do, but it is what it is. I don't want to get the Oracle. I'm going to send another hero to pick up that Oracle. I do want the Oracle, I just don't want to waste my main hero's time, especially since we're going to grab dragons and then go. That's really the plan. Come on, click correctly. There we go. Okay, perfect. And these 2 heroes are basically just waiting. Red is threatening, but in just a moment, I think we're going to have 6 Titans. Is 6 Titans enough to defeat Sir Gallant's army? Who's going to be the main hero? Not Sarakin. It will be Sabu, the level 2 barbarian, with the 4 attack, 1 defense. That's going to be very, very best for these Titans. So in just a moment, I think that Sir Gallant is about to get a little bit of a surprise. Haha. And once again, Red was dissuaded from taking that barbarian castle. Wow, I cannot believe that this barbarian castle is staying put. That's amazing. Just to make sure that it stays that way, we're going to do 1 more week's worth of creatures here. And in fact, if there is anybody, Aragon we've seen before, he's level 3 now, we're going to use him. He's going to do me the honor of just defeating that hero that wandered a little too close. And then he's going to go back into the castle because for some reason Thalagar is ignoring everything else. He's ignoring this castle even though it was right along the way. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but with several black dragons, several bone dragons, we're going to take these dragons and run. They're better than the rocks. Rocks are going to stay. Oh, halflings aren't even that useful at this point. And they slow us down with 3 speed. Let's at least get up to average speed for everybody, and then let's hit the road. And while Thalagar comes in this direction, I could maybe fight him. I would prefer to go in this direction. Maybe we take bone dragons. Maybe we head up north through Portsmouth and pick up 6 more Titans. That actually might be the very best thing, is some additional Titans. I think so. So, whatever the case is, I'm staying away from that big army for now. And soon, we'll see if things will change. I've mentioned I don't want the enemy to pick up this observation tower. but if they do come this way, I do want to be able to maybe attack them if they get a little too close. So let's kind of make a little bit of a hero chain here for now. I think we're gonna sally forth, not with this army, but with this army. And finally, 40 steel golems feels better than the halfling count. And so we're gonna head out. I wish I'd picked up that mercenary camp. We'll come back. And with this army, I think the Sir Gallant is defeatable. Will we, shall we? I don't know. Nestled among the trees sits a blind seer. After you explain the intent of your journey, the seer activates his crystal ball, allowing you to see the strengths and weaknesses of your opponents. So we are blue player, and we are ahead in every statistical category, save artifacts. And so actually that's good information, because now we know that we should probably attack enemies and make sure that they don't get the chance to run where possible. Who knows what artifacts they have, but we've picked up at least a couple. And so I'm going to be happy to just try and liberate those artifacts from our foes. Nothing else there is incredibly interesting. I don't know what Falgar is doing. Does that change my plans? On fighting versus not, does it change my plans? Several and several. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. We're gonna have to wait and see. But Charity has got a very special job. What is Charity's job? Charity is gonna go and we're gonna accept these losses. One Black Dragon feels pretty good to me. We're gonna go with Charity and see if we can dig up that ultimate artifact. If we get the ultimate artifact, we are golden. Nobody's gonna stop us at that point. We're gonna be too big, too powerful. We're gonna be too je ne sais quoi. And if they have any issue with that, we will let them know. My word, look at this, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sulfur mines on this map. This is not a big map. The Warlocks have a distinct advantage on this map, just because sulfur shouldn't be that hard for you to get. But we started off as wizards. I haven't seen as many gem mines, but there's still been a hefty amount. Very interesting. Well done map. Let me know if you like this map or not. I'm pretty partial to it. It's been pretty darn good for me. But in general, interesting design. Interesting. Unexpected, dare I say. Okay. I don't think you could have used the spell in that fight. It would have been awesome early game if you had 20 spell power and the spell on the starting hero. Hey, it's a good thing I know somebody that likes to make really cool maps, because they can take that idea and they can run with it. Steeson, looking at you. Sulfur? It's hay mines. Is that what your kids call it? Do your kids call these hay mines because it looks like hay instead of sulfur? That's really cute if that's where you're getting that from. I think that's adorable. Yeah, I know that Steeson's family, he's gotten them into playing Heroes of Might and Magic in a big way. So maybe someday I will get the opportunity to do the same with my family. We'll see. If you ask Phixfox's wife, she will tell you that she has tried to learn and that Phixfox gave up in trying to teach her, which is not entirely untrue, but it does hurt my heart for her to say that out loud, because it's kind of true. It's kind of true. Kind of. Okay. I think we're gonna do one more big resupply here. Bada bing, bada boom. Gonna keep the halflings, and I actually need Rialdo to go back and pick up whatever troops are here in Zabrin. There's actually a healthy amount. And then, is this a new day? Nothing. Where could it be? Let me double check this. Yeah, and dragons sleep on a haystack. That's really cute. That's really cute. The way the child's mind works is always a very, very nice thing. I'm always a fan of it. Maybe it's closer to up here. Yeah, maybe it's closer to up here. Let's dig like here and here, but I'm a little too far down, I think. It's possible it's right there, but let's wait and find out. It's possible I'm actually gonna accidentally step on a place that says no digging. That also tends to happen occasionally. I think that with 6 Titans that we're big enough to defeat these foes. So let's go and see if we can finish up the map even quicker. Yep. Necromancer's in the middle. Go down. The enemy is surrendered. Let's see if we can keep them from running. We do have some nice spells. Let's see if we can get some artifacts off of Atlas the Barbarian with 5 attack. We have 100 spell points. I think that a mass haste can be useful. Bone Dragons first. Oh, let's go Lich's second. Let's hope that we get good morale. We don't. Dragons. And then we, it's not happening. I think we're going to take one lightning bolt worth of damage, and then the enemy's going to run. They do. So we still got the extra experience. So be it. And then because Sabu is coming this way, and we do have the pathfinding, I think that we're going to cut our enemies off. We're just going to try and make sure that Falagar does not try and attack Sabu. But we do want to take that fight head on with Halon. But once we break the enemy's power here, we're going to be feeling much, much better. Folks, it's happened. I mentioned that my voice gives out after a certain amount of time. It just hit. But we're so close to the end that I do want to really power through this. I do want to finish this up. So I apologize if I'm talking a little quieter or I sound a little less excited. I'm still just as excited, but I am trying to save my voice because I do need it to talk to people, to sing and to dance and to laugh. So very important that my voice still remains at the end of this day. Let's see. Did you perchance see that recipe that I posted on Discord? I did see that recipe. Does it look like something you would actually consider making? Let's see. It was like, I think it was like bacon. I forget what the recipe was, but it was like stuff that I liked. What was it? Okay, now I gotta look. Because I remember I looked at it and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. It kind of reminded me of a baked potato, like a loaded baked potato, but I don't think that's what it was. Maybe there was hamburger in it. This is why I'm looking. I know you could just tell me, but now I'm gonna look. While my Discord is loading up, I'm just gonna do that. By the way, folks, I never actually did purchase the phoenixes in this castle. Whoops, my bad. My mistake. But yeah, it was the BLT pizza. Okay, so there was bacon in it. Okay, so BLT pizza. Yeah, I thought that looked pretty good. Interesting that mayonnaise was included on the recipe, but little known fact about Phixfox. Phixfox had his very, very first job was in a pizza place. And more or less, I worked my way up from being the pizza guy into like the assistant manager of the place. Basically, I just stayed there long enough and I worked hard enough and I was trustworthy. And the long, short and story of it is that pizza runs in my veins. And I can make a pretty mean pizza. I do like having good recipes though, because that tends to help things go even better. But more important than, you got to have the right recipe in order to make the pizza really pop. And so I'm definitely down to try a nice, good recipe, and hopefully my pizza making skills are actually going to hopefully take it to the very extreme. And so yeah, I'll take a look at that recipe. This obelisk, I wasn't going to go out of my way, but I saw it was right there. That is going to save us some time with charity. Very rare that Phixfox ever goes and, I don't know, picks up every single obelisk on the map, but we did it today, which I'm happy for. Probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to upgrade, let's see, this Cloud Castle. We're down to 3 gems. I won't worry about it. And let's send everybody over here. And then Sarakin, in not too long, is going to set off for one more resupply and hopefully help things out. Steeson1 says, it took myself some 20 years before I finally went to Google to see how actual sulfur mines operate. It looks so unreal to me. Sulfur mines and how they operate. How do they operate? I mean, how do sulfur mines operate? Because based off of what I know about sulfur mines, like, I think that you actually require some chemicals in order to, like, extract the resources. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Maybe I'm completely confused, but pretty sure that, yeah, you need some chemicals in order to help mine sulfur, don't you? And then Lord Shadowwing, when you do try that pizza recipe, I would love to know what your thoughts are on it. I will let you know. I will give it a shot. Heck, maybe even Phixfox will, for the first time, branch out and do a live stream. Probably not, but like an everyday, like one of those everyday kind of streamers, YouTubers. I don't know. I feel like that would be a tremendous amount of pressure to try and entertain people just with your normal everyday activities, I don't think I would have a lot of fun with that. I think it would give me a lot of anxiety to try and prepare something very, very special for folks. I just don't know if that would be, if I'm that kind of person. Some people are naturally entertaining. I think that Heroes of Might and Magic is so entertaining anyway that I just help act as a vehicle for its excitement to be valuable. I wonder what's going to happen when we dig. Oh, after spending many hours digging here, you have uncovered the ultimate staff. That's going to be +6 knowledge, +6 spell power. Lovely. And let's hopefully give that back as soon as we possibly can. But I'm always happy for the people that do make that happen. Hey, and there's just some people out there that are just flat out interesting. Some people are weird, some people are interesting, but whatever you are, be yourself, and if it happens to fit, feel free to not be boring. I worry that in my average everyday life, I might be a little bit boring, but there's a little bit of safety in the boring. There's a little bit of safety in the boring. What do I mean by that? Younger me would have hated that I ended up working a job where I am, you know, on the clock. I'm not really a 9 to 5. I'm on call a lot. I have to be available for emergencies as they come up. I'm definitely not like a 9 to 5 type of worker, but I could understand why past me would have hated that. But there's trade-offs. There's a lot more safety and security in what I'm doing now, even though it's not fun and exciting and thrilling. And I'm glad that there's people out there that can live by the seat of their pants and do fun, exciting stuff all the time. But that just, again, sounds like it'd be really, really stressful for me. I don't think I'd personally love that. So Sarakin is going to bring these troops up to the front. Let's upgrade everybody. And I mean everybody. And it's going to be, it looks like, Titans that we leave behind? Oh, we're out of gems. Oh. Do that then. And with 4 more Titans coming down, this map is coming to a close. I think that we're actually going to head in this direction with Sarakin. He's going to hopefully just kind of hold on to this area, prevent Rathmont from trudging north. As we make a break for Falagar. Falagar looks like it's trying to get away. He's not going to get the opportunity. Maybe we're going to be able to track him down sooner rather than later. I'm prepared for whatever may come my way. Sabu turns over everybody, and Sabu now is fairly useless. Oh no, we made a mistake. We're trying to get this ultimate artifact to our main hero, and whoops. We're gonna make it, but it was a little bit closer than I had planned on. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of the ice cloak. I guess that there's not really a lot of artifacts here. I guess I don't really care. So we're just gonna run with this, and then let's hope that our logistics is enough to track down the man, the myth, the legend, Falagar. Okay. Let's see. When you do try that pizza recipe, I'd like to do that. Let's see. Oh, and there was an auto mod. Oh, that's fine. I don't know why it really didn't like that, Steeson. Steeson says, Golden Goose equals congratulations, you've won the game. Heroes 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. You know, I don't know. Would it? Okay, let's be real. Let's be real. We would all love to just play a video game for our bread. But anybody that's done real work knows that it's probably not real work. But I can understand and sympathize with the people that do get tired of it. Occasionally I'll see like a story about somebody who is being disparaged in the news. They're like, oh, it's so hard. I think it is hard. I think that any job that you put your heart and soul into and that you show up, you know, for the job, you report for duty, it's gonna be hard because that's just kind of the nature of work. It's just the nature of work. And so, I don't know. I don't want to completely disparage somebody just because they're indicating that they're having a hard time streaming or whatever. I don't know. I don't think that'd be me, though. I think that I would actually always want to make sure that this is not the only thing I would ever do. Even if I had the opportunity, even if some millionaire came to me and said, look, I want you to never work again in your life. I want your job to be 24/7 Heroes of Might and Magic. I mean, would I take the offer? Yeah. But like, I recognize that there could be some real problems with that because I think that you're gonna struggle. I think that you're gonna get not bored, but it's gonna be a job. So I wouldn't really want to do that. Lord Shadowwing, well, the Twitch app does allow you to stream directly from your phone. Maybe I'll give you some updates. How about that? If and when I make the pizza, I will throw some pictures onto my phone. I'll upload those to the Discord, and then we'll do that. Probably not going to do a full-on stream. Maybe I'll make some videos, but I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it goes. How about that? I'm excited. My mouth is watering. I'm ready for pizza. As you folks, I haven't really been talking about the game for a minute, but with our main hero being Halon the Wizard, level 17, 5 attack, 4 defense, 14 spell power, 16 knowledge, we just picked up the ultimate staff for the 6 knowledge, 6 spell power, and we've got expert wisdom, 19 titans, 6 black dragons, we've got the logistics, we've got the pathfinding. We are very, very quickly running down our enemies here. Rathmont is sitting in Portsmouth. Thalagar is going to get very, very stuck in the desert. I don't think that he has pathfinding. And I think that pretty quickly we're going to track him down. So I'm going to try and click through this map a little bit faster. He might have basic pathfinding. He actually got a little bit further than I thought he would. The enemy has surrendered there. I'm going to let them. In the interest of time, Thalagar is really going to be the big force, and I'm not going to be dissuaded from attacking him. If I lose any of these other heroes, so be it. Let's actually see if we can get Thalagar to go out of his way and maybe trap himself a little bit easier than otherwise I would have had issue doing. Stay 7. Let's hope for the black dragons sooner rather than later. We do lose Sabu. We're going to end up giving over a couple of these dragons, so be it. And so it looks like 3-4 heroes on the map. Month of the Lich. Month of the Lich. I was wondering why all of a sudden we were having a tough time. Thalagar is faster than me, folks. Thalagar is outrunning me. Even with the pack of Hydras, he's faster than me. I can't catch him. I'm going to keep trying for just a little bit longer, but he might be running me in circles just because he thinks it's funny. He might be running me in circles just because it wastes my time. Whatever the case, that's a little unfortunate. A little bit, I don't know. A little bit sad. Oh, he comes back. Did he come back? Rathmont and Thalagar. Good. Good, good, good. Very good. Okay. That actually makes things a lot easier for me. I was worried that I was really going to struggle to wrap up this map. If they want to, the enemies can waste a lot of my time, and yours for that matter. But I think that with Charity right here, these heroes probably won't be able to help themselves. Like flies, I think that they're going to come straight to Charity, and we're going to have a real nice time. I will try and defend Portsmouth. We'll go from there. Okay, Atlas is going to the south. And then it is going to be Thalagar. Folks, this is going to be the main fight, so we're going to take that out right now. So far looks like yellow-colored clay, not hay at all, so disappointed. My new job isn't that hard, Steeson says. Just got to find a job that is both challenging, but at the same time can be beaten on impossible difficulty. Absolutely. Tobal says, for me, once something becomes a job, it becomes a chore to do, no matter how much I love doing it. I feel that so loud and clear. Things that you once loved, once it becomes a job, it changes the way that you approach that. I hear that totally, 100%. And then Keon, seems I'm late. Still nice to be here. Hi, everyone. It's very nice to have you here. Appreciate seeing you. Yeah, I appreciated all your comments in the previous playthroughs. So it's always a real nice time having you here. So thank you so very, very much. We are getting to the end of this map. This is the decisions map. And I think that we are quickly approaching the time where the enemies are tasting our wrath and tasting our steel. This was a 4-player map. The enemies were able to defeat the yellow player without any of our help. So we did not actually have to defeat yellow, but then we did defeat the green player. And then after that, it's just blue and red left. We are blue and they are red. And there's been a little bit of struggle because while we had Titans, the enemies have been able to pick up some bone dragons and some black dragons. We were able to key in on getting their black dragons from them. And once we wrestled those away, all of a sudden I'm feeling much, much better about our chances. This was supposed to be the main hero, Thalagar, for the enemies here. And at this point, if that's the biggest resistance that they can provide, I think that we're doing just fine. Rathmont, I think we can track him down. Hope he jumps in the boat. I hope he thinks that that's safety, because it's not. That's just a quicker way for me to kill you. And then Atlas is running, but with these knight troops, I don't think he's going to get far enough away. In fact, he comes back for Charity. It's fine for me. And that's even better because now with Rathmont going towards the castle, I feel even better. as we defeat some black dragons potentially. And I think that you can all tell that this is quickly wrapping up. So yeah, you might have missed some opportunities. Very interesting map though. We did start off in this upper left corner. We've used these liths several times. And in fact, the green player did take our main castle from us. Things were looking pretty bleak there, but we were actually very blessed to have the green player steal this castle from us. And then they built us our cloud castle, our mage tower, our upgraded mage tower, a library. They upgraded our foundry. They bought us a moat. Like, they went crazy, and that actually really turned the game in our favor in a major way. I don't think you can ever plan on that happening, but when it does happen, it feels pretty good. It feels really pretty good. Red is hopping in and out of boats. Falgar's back. I feel like I must defeat him now. Please. We're gonna take on Rebecca, and then we're just gonna have to track these gentlemen down. Ares got some troops. It's not gonna be enough. And oh, and there's another knight castle over there. Enemy surrenders. We're gonna let them. I wonder if they're building up mage guilds here. They do not. I will. 4th level mage guild, hoping maybe for a berserker. We get it. Mass cure. Wonderful. Balgar is back. I'm going to ignore him. I think it's time to just root out evil at its source. We're going to go straight for the Necromancer Castle, which I can only assume is in the bottom right. And it will be Rialdo that on day 1 of this upcoming week is going to set off with the reinforcements that will help us stop our enemies here. Error by Phixfox. I should have purchased the necromancy troops there in the middle castle. And the shame of it all is that I do have Dimension Door, but the enemy has not used it, and so we will not use it. We could end this map in 5 minutes. We could. We're not going to. That just feels wrong, so we're not going to do that. Enemy flees here, and Falgar once again is going to run. He does. And since it's day 1, let's purchase all these troops. 6 of the Titans. That is an army to be reckoned with. And that should be enough to secure this whole area to the south. If I was going for a high score here, I would be a little bit upset because we're doing our very, very best to win this fight. And the enemy is just not complying. They're not agreeing with us. They're not making it easy on us, really. But, hey, if you want impossible difficulty, here it is. You got it. You got it. Let's see. So, as far as, let's see, channel updates and things like that. By the way, I was very grateful on YouTube. It happened so quick, I almost missed it, but we did hit 500 subscribers. Woohoo! So super fun there. And I got to tell you, you look at the graph for the subscribers for the Phixfox channel on YouTube, and it started off really slow, and it's getting like exponentially higher growth over time. And I mean, there's a part of me that's like, geez, I wonder how far this can go before all the people that are interested in Heroes of Might and Magic have seen me and made a decision about whether or not they are interested in hanging out with us or not. And the thing that I think I'm realizing more and more is that Heroes of Might and Magic is the kind of game where you don't stay forever. Like, you play Heroes of Might and Magic for a long, long time. You play it hard, you play it good, you enjoy it, and then you take a break and you go play a different game. And I'm guessing that a lot of the people out there do exactly that. Just like I do, they cycle between their games. And Heroes of Might and Magic, for a lot of people, is one of the OG classics, and they're never going to get tired of. And so I think that there's always going to be people that are either discovering for the first time Heroes of Might and Magic, or they're coming back. And in either of those cases, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I get to be here, hopefully waiting for them when they arrive. How did that fight go so much worse? Wow. Holy cow, that fight went so much worse. I thought for sure, oh, I'm not going to lose a Titan. What? We're going to pretend like that didn't happen. 10 skeletons, great. Okay, well, we have 5 Titans at least. How did that happen? I'm not going to take the time to find out. I'm just going to assume that something bad happened. Okay. We are, again, heading straight for this castle here. The enemy has surrendered. And then there should be bone dragons in here. There are. And a 5th level mage guild. We're going to pick up that real quick. We're going to head back towards the center of the map. And Rialdo is hopefully going to catch anybody that tries to land, whoever they may be, near and far. I just don't want them to get any kind of ideas about coming back from this. What I assume is going to be a loss for the enemy. A victory for me and a loss for them. Congrats. Before you know it's 5,000. You deserve it. I sincerely appreciate that. I'm one of those kind of people that I truly I truly don't feel like I deserve anything in life. We were mentioning earlier, Chris brought up some of the tenets of Buddhism, and he was mentioning how you put good things out there and you do your very, very best and you see what comes back to you. And so I don't feel like I deserve anything. I don't think that for, whatever amount of work I do, X amount of work should mean Y amount of success. But I have been very, very grateful to spend a lot of time with some really good quality people out here. I've had a lot of fun playing these games and doing this. So I can't say much more about that than that. I've just loved being here and spending the time with all of you. So appreciate your time, appreciate the efforts, and it's good. It's so good. Rialdo. 8 skeletons are going to go because the morale is not worth their presence. I don't know if we win this fight or not. I think I'm just going to move in this direction, so maybe the enemy follows me a little bit closer, and then Halon can actually be the one to clean this fight up. No guarantees on how this is going to go. Oh, he wants to run. Well then. At least now, then, I'm going to split the Titans. And so I'm going to have 2 heroes with Titans, because so long as the enemy has access to boats, they can get really squirrely. Well, folks, that's it. The computer and the AI are conspiring against me. They have determined that the only way that they can defeat me in Heroes of Might and Magic 2 is if they shut off the computer. And it's been determined that if that's not enough, they also have an ace in the hole. They have a trick up their sleeve. And that is that they can corrupt the autosave file, so I just can't come back from a computer shutdown. And so, with that being said, this is going to be a loss. Yeah, that's it. I think that we all can see, and I take solace in the fact that we were about to win that scenario anyway. It will not go into my personal high scores, but all the same, I do think that that decisions map provided us with many decisions, and I'm really intrigued with the way that it turned out. So thank you for coming along on the ride. Very, very quickly, please note that there's no background music here right now, because everything I'm saying is 100% true and as from the heart as I can possibly get. I am grateful. Earlier in this playthrough, people said, hey, Phixfox is really a wholesome streamer. I really appreciate that. I do my very, very best to be wholesome. I'm more wholesome here than I am in my personal life. I am not some flawless, perfect person. You get to see me put my very, very best foot forward. And I'm very, very grateful to get to spend this time with you in that capacity. Hopefully as a Heroes of Might and Magic player, as a person, as a part of a community, and as someone who is hopefully uplifting. I hope that you feel good, uplifting vibes when you spend this time with me. But I do have to tell you, and maybe this only rings true for a very, very small portion of this audience, but it's also been a vocal part of this audience. I cannot replace real life friends. I cannot be that person that can help you move. I can't be that person that takes you out to eat when I see that you've had a really bad day and we just talk about how your day went. I can't be there through all your ups and through all your downs. You've got to find natural supports. It can't be me. Again, I understand that this is probably a very, very small minority of individuals, but please know that men's mental health and women's mental health for that matter, but let's be real, I probably don't have a lot of women watching these videos. If I do, I'm grateful for every single one of you, but for men's mental health, folks, I can't be in the same room with you and I can't reach out to you in the same way that a friend in your everyday life can. So please do the effort now whatever you can do right now to insulate yourself from the hard times when they come, please look out for you and do the best you can to look out for your friends and your family. I really mean it when I try and close off these videos with that saying, because if you don't put in the time and effort now, it might come the time where you don't have enough strength to build those bonds. They have to be in place before the storms of life come, and I really want you to be okay. I have times where I'm up and I have times where I'm down. I'm not up all the time. You see a very, very small portion of my life, and I'm grateful to be that happy entertainer type of person for you in this capacity. I'm grateful for it, but I've got a lot of natural supports in my life. I've got a lot of people that help me when I'm having a bad day, and I really want you to have those people, and unfortunately, over the internet, I can't do that for you, so please, look after you. Look after your friends, look after your family, and find the people that matter most to you. If you haven't found them yet, go and try some new things. Maybe tonight or today or whenever you look at this video, maybe you don't spend the time listening here. Maybe you go out to a bowling alley and just try and make friends. Maybe, maybe you go volunteer at an animal shelter. Maybe you take the time to go visit an elderly folks' home. Guaranteed those people would love to spend time with you. And you would be a huge source of strength and support for them. I just really want everybody to be okay, because I've had times where I'm not okay. And your life is too important to not take seriously. So this isn't entertaining, and this is not me trying to be wholesome. This is me sharing about some of the things in my heart, and in a way I'm trying to cope with some of the sad things that some people have brought to my attention, where I want to help, but I'm not that person. But please be encouraged that those people are out there, and you can be that person for other people. Guaranteed, if you work very hard to be that person, that support, that source of strength, and that calm in the midst of a storm for someone else, people are going to feel that energy, and you're going to get it back 100-fold. That's what I have found doing these videos for myself, that all this good energy I've tried to put out there, I've gotten it back times 10, times 20. So thank everyone here for that. I really appreciate you. And I really want to see everybody be okay. I don't know if I'm going to include this on the end of the video or not, but I think I should. It's 5 minutes of your life you're not going to get back, but, well, almost 6. Take really good care and have tons of fun and do good things. I'll see you around. Phixfox out.